Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Genshin Impact. It's been a while, a few days actually. I haven't really done anything in Genshin for a bit. I've been doing other games and I've been taking a break, but we're back streaming.
Reduced to just standing around.
So, let us start. Hopefully, we can get this quest done. As well as the lantern rite, because we still need to do the lantern rite. Oh, my controller is acting up like crazy right now. I'm controlling nothing. Butt Muppet, no. Look it, it's Xiao. It's Xiao, and guess what? Xiao's out there, and his weapon, but I don't need his weapon. Nor do I need, his, we streaming Thursday? Probably, I don't know, but most likely. I'm hoping you get him. I really do. You need to do the, better. You need to do your, quests. They're giving out a ton of, primos. I'm gonna wish this 10 wishes on this. Yeah, I need to update my Genshin. You gotta update your Genshin? Of course you do. You should update your account. That was nothing. Butt Muppet? Why am I a Butt Muppet? I'm not a Butt Muppet. Nuh-uh. Okay, Mr. J. Apparently I'm a Butt Muppet. Who knows, though? Too scary. Alright, we're gonna do, Xianyun's quest, because we need to. We also need to do the lantern rite, but we're gonna do the quest for, no, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this. No, that's not what I want either. That's what I want. Okay. I have three Butt Muppet buildings to look at next week for the Rage Room. Okay. Let's go. So how is everybody, by the way? I hope you all are doing well.
Here we are, right outside our place.
Yeah.
Do you still remember the first time we came here? We even brought offerings and everything. And when we told her that Rex Lapis had been assassinated, she immediately threatened to squash Liyue Harbor. Paimon thought she'd be impossible.
You're
to get
Leon
along
napping
with,
me, and
together,
we are going.
Really not like that.
Why am I getting Leon
We
napped?
probably don't
What
need
the
to bring
what
any
the hell is
offerings now
that
we've
anyway?
gotten to know her
Is that even a
pretty well,
thing?
Right? Still,
Is Leon
Paimon's
napping
got
a
some
thing?
snacks around here somewhere, so if she really wants something, we can just use that. Huh?
I don't think that's a
Traveler,
thing. I
did
think that's
something catch
illegal
your eye?
too.
Whoa. What a pretty lady. Is she also here to visit Cloud Retainer?
It's Cloud Retainer. Oh, wait, that's right. Wait, that's right.
Yeah,
We
you're
played
right.
this
Oh,
incorrectly.
just one look and And you
because
can tell
we did
she's
the very
someone
beginning of
as expected
the-
of that bird lady, really. She must have a whole bunch of Adepti friends from all over the country. Okay, but if we're both friends of Cloud Retainer, then we're basically friends by association, right? Want to go up to her and say hello?
Sure. We're gonna go say hello.
Helping you make more connections is a
But
part
it's
of Paimon's
legal
job as your
because you
reliable
said it's
guide.
okay.
Paimon's got this.
It's like kidnapping.
Hello.
We already know who you are because we met you before. But the problem is we played
Paimon is Paimon.
something wrong.
This is the Traveler. Paimon doesn't think we've met, but we're also friends of Cloud Retainer. May we have the pleasure of learning your name, Madam Adeptus?
You two... What is this tomfoolery? Has this shift in form so clouded your eyes that you no longer recognize one anymore?
Wait, you're... Huh?
Yes, that's Cloud Retainer.
You're the illuminated bird? But you look human. How did that happen?
Oh, donning human form is scarcely any test of one's abilities. As for your confusion, one merely had no reason to indulge such inclinations before.
So, you're indulging now because?
Well, one has made plans to pay a visit to some disciples at Liyue Harbor. Taking on a human form for such a trip is simply a way to make matters less conspicuous.
Conspicuous? Really?
Worrying about keeping a low
I don't know if
profile?
that's
You're the
conspicuous.
one who likes to pop up out of nowhere all over the place. In fact, Paimon can think of several examples. Like last year, when you suddenly appeared on the top of a roof without any warning. Or... Hey, didn't we agree not to bring that up unless she asked?
Oh? So you have taken care to follow the proper rules of etiquette after all.
Yes.
Most commendable.
I take the proper etiquette rules. I know proper...
Well, this is all Paimon's got. You don't mind, right?
One has never found oneself lacking in basic comforts. On the contrary, it is the gesture that one values above all else. So long as you've shown proper respect and consideration, the quantity or quality of the gift is but a trivial matter.
That kinda makes Paimon feel a little guilty for trying to keep them for herself. Anyway, where were we before you reminded Paimon about the gifts? Ah, right. So by disciples, you must mean Ganyu and Shenhe. It's also been a
Ganyu and
while since we
Shenhe.
last saw them. Maybe we can come too.
One planned to extend the invitation even if you had not raised the matter yourself. Shenhe
Huh.
and Ganyu should be quite pleased to see you again. However, one would first inquire as to the reason behind your visit here. You have cause to seek one's company?
Do I seek one's company?
We just found ourselves missing you and wanted to see how you were doing. We were hoping you'd tell us one of your stories. Who knew we'd run into your human form while we were at it?
Is that so? If there are no urgent matters at hand, then let us make haste for Liyue Harbor. Ganyu is likely still working at Yue High Pavilion, so that shall be our first stop.
Sounds great! Then let's all go to Liyue Harbor!
Ganyu has been quite busy with work as of late. One can count on one talon the number of times she returns to Mount Outsong each year. Shenhe has also secured
Blind to
employment
everything.
recently. In her correspondence with me, she wrote that she shall have no need to return for the foreseeable future. They think one was so easily mollified. One shall investigate everything with one's own eyes and decide for oneself if their living conditions are satisfactory.
Oh wait, we're going to see people's like thingamabobbers? To see their living conditions? Where? At Liyue Harbor? Oh, we're going to Liyue Harbor? Wait, are we? We're going on a trip. I shouldn't say that. Wait, I went the wrong way. Give me back. Make me come back, please. Please. Yeah, I'm back. By the way, I hope everyone is having a nice time. Oh god, wrong way. Wrong way. Let me go collect these because I want these for universal pieces. That's my favorite dish to make. It's lotus heads we need and berries. Something else we need for that dish too as well, probably. I don't know. Oh, I forgot I'm screwing myself up right now. Oh, I shouldn't have I shouldn't be messing myself up here. I don't need anything here. I am open to it. Yeah, because it's good.
We're almost at Way High Pavilion. Hey, do you think Ganyu will be shocked to see Cloud Retainer like this? Guess we have no idea if Shenhe and Ganyu have ever seen her in this form before.
Hey, I can see everything now. I can see everything finally.
Where did she go?
Wait, what? Huh.
Why are you just standing there, Cloud Retainer?
Quietly now. One shall stay here. You two can...
But why? Isn't it better if we all go together?
If one were to proudly proclaim one's presence, Ganyu would surely profess herself otherwise unoccupied and drop everything to attend to one's visit. One fears that would only result in her staying up all night to make up for lost time. One does not wish to trouble her. Conversing vicariously via you two shall suffice. Do remember to inquire as to her recent well-being. Again, do not mention one's presence here.
Fair enough. Makes sense. Alright then, we'll just pass on your regards and...
Hey, Kira.
Cloud Retainer?
It's Ganyu.
Oh! Busted.
Is that lady someone you know, Ms. Ganyu? She is indeed. I'm sorry, Huixin, but could we delay the upcoming meeting for a little bit? I believe my schedule today is quite full. Although, perhaps I could move some work to later in the evening.
Oh, not to worry, Miss Ganyu. I'll make the necessary arrangements right away.
Thank you, Huixin.
It's been a while, Ganyu.
Oh.
Greetings.
What
brings
there's
you
my
here
wife.
today? And
There's
Cloud
my
Retainer,
wife.
too.
Yeah, sure,
It's
that's
been
my
quite
wife.
some time since I last saw you in this form.
You are quite mistaken. One is not acquainted with this Cloud Retainer of whom you speak.
Cloud Retainer.
One is simply a mere mortal passerby.
Huh?
Seems she's not buying it.
That was but a simple test. One did not expect you to be able to recognize one so easily, especially after so many years of only seeing one's other form.
But recognizing you is, my responsibility as your disciple.
An apt observation. One was simply passing by while attending to some important business. One thought it would only be fitting to pay...
Wait, Paimon wasn't aware of any important... Cloud Retainer's right! We've still got something super important to do, so we can't stay here for too long today.
Oh, is that so? But it's been so long since we last saw each other.
One simply desired to see you and had no intention of interrupting your work. A quick conversation should suffice for today. A more involved reunion should wait until you find yourself less occupied.
I understand. That should be fine.
While one acknowledges the amount of work that you have to deal with every day, one must also remind you to rest. Though Adepti blood flows through your veins, excessive exhaustion will still cause grave harm to your body. It still makes one nostalgic to see you as you are now, respected and independent. When you were young, you oft begged one to cuddle you to sleep when you suffered from nightmares.
Cuddle you to
Cloud
sleep.
Retainer! Stop!
If you insist. We are running short on time regardless, so one will refrain from going into each and every story. Why don't you
Wow,
continue your
cuddle her to
I
sleep?
shall simply stand by and listen.
Interesting.
Wow, you've been to so many new places since the last time we spoke. If you ever need anything, please just come find me at Uehai Pavilion. Also, forgive me for my presumptuousness, Cloud Retainer, but if you plan to continue appearing in this form, don't you think
A human name? Huh. You raise a valid point. Considering the sheer extent of one's renown, Cloud Retainer is surely too recognizable as a name.
You really think so? Not that you're not famous or anything, but that famous?
You presume to know the extent of one's illustrious achievements.
That's a
One would
man's
hardly
dream,
think
a
such
woman to
thing to be
cuddle.
possible. Nevertheless, Ganyu's advice cannot be ignored. From this point on, when in public occasions, be sure to refer to one
I mean,
as
I guess
Xianyun.
that's every man's dream.
Xianyun?
I assume that's a reference to the full record of Pristine Pavilion. An adeptus of years past would rise with the clouds and rest with the moon. They were enlightened and wise, free and unfettered. The writer referenced Master's name to describe her carefree and spontaneous nature.
Oh, that sounds super cool! Paimon feels like only the most powerful of Adepti could rise with the clouds and rest with the moon.
Actually, those lines were originally written to describe Cloud Retainer herself.
Huh? Wait, so you're really that powerful?
And what of it? Did you truly take one to be nothing more than a bird of bigger than average size?
Not exactly.
To be fair, Cloud Retainer rarely speaks of her past accomplishments. The tales of her past can only be found in ancient texts. It is said that once, a long, long time ago, there was a severe drought in Liyue. Left with no choice, many people left their homes, while others spent day and night praying to the Adepti.
My luck is better on
Although I
Honkai
did
than
not
Genshin.
live through such tragedy,
Ah,
simply
your
reading
luck
about
is
it
better on
enough to gain
Honkai
a
than
visceral
Genshin.
understanding of all the pain and desperation during that time. On top of the drought, a noxious gas also began to spread through the land. If not for Cloud Retainer's efforts, much of Liyue would be nothing more than a barren wasteland today. The books had this to say about what happened. Upon arrival, the Adeptus borrowed the wind to retain the clouds. Immediately, the clouds gathered together, and abundant rain burst forth from the heavens. Drought and plague were both driven away, and the people were saved.
The people were saved.
That's incredible!
Mortal records add embellishments to dramatize
More
past
characters.
events. One did merely what one ought. And
True.
even if one had not interceded, the other Adepti would surely have stepped in to help.
Even so, you stopped an entire drought! Can you really control the weather like the book said? Oh, Paimon suddenly has a lot more respect for you. So it was Paimon's bad for calling you Illuminated Bird before. You're not too mad, are you?
How laughable. A name is but a simple label we carry with us on our journey through the world. Why would one be offended by such a trivial matter?
That's a relief. In that case, Paimon will continue to call you whatever
You
feels
still
right
win?
in the moment.
Nice.
Well, that is quite enough ancient history for now. Ganyu, have you had word from Shenhe? One has heard that she procured a job recently. Have you any thoughts on her workplace? And what, pray tell, of her monthly remuneration?
She got a job?
Moreover, does she find herself overly inundated with work? Is she allowed time off during Lantern Rite?
That is a lot of questions.
She's saying too many questions.
There is no cause for concern, Cloud Retainer. I introduced Shenhe to her employer personally. Wanmin Restaurant's business has been booming recently. So, with Chef Mao being swamped with customers, and Xiangling still off and out in search of new recipes, I introduced Shenhe to staff the restaurant.
I see.
She
Most
let her
excellent
staff the
indeed.
restaurant? Oh
One has
boy.
had the pleasure of
That's
being
gonna be
introduced to
fun.
that family. Xiangling is kind and astute, while her father is loyal and reliable. One has no cause to believe that they will make Shenhe's work difficult. Now, it is almost time to partake in the victuals of noon. One shall visit Wanmin Restaurant in person and see how Shenhe is doing.
Well, one is curious after all.
But
Well,
didn't
she
you
is
just say that you
curious,
had
but
something
she's just
important
asking
to
way
do?
too many questions.
Can that wait until after we've eaten?
You may return to your work, Xianyun. One shall see to this matter on one's own. There will be many an occasion to dine together in the future. One is certain the opportunity shall present itself most readily.
Of course, Cloud Retainer. Please take care.
It's
Traveler,
Ganyu.
Paimon,
Oh,
I'll see you some other time.
all right. See you, Ganyu.
Paimon was pretty quick on the uptake there, don't you think? As soon as you mentioned important business to attend to, Paimon realized that you were just looking to cut the conversation short and not take too much of Ganyu's time. Is Paimon right?
I hope she hasn't
No,
hurt
in fact,
anyone
it was
yet.
not an excuse.
We
One
don't
is
know
indeed
yet. We'll
visiting
find out
Liyue
if she
Harbor
hurt
for an
someone.
important purpose.
Wait, for real?
The moment is not yet upon us. Still, the truth will be revealed to you in time.
And how are you,
Really
Kira?
seems to be playing up the whole mysterious Adeptus thing
Where
right
do I
now.
gotta go? Oh,
Is it because we just heard that cool story about her powers?
Oh, you're here early. I just ordered. The food should be
hey,
out. in a
it's
second.
coming!
Sit down. Sit down.
Let's all take a seat.
Here, hand me your cups.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, you weren't supposed to drink that, Paimon. That was for you to rinse your utensils.
Great, I'm waiting for the next...
That's a thing?
You're waiting for the next part on Honkai? Nice.
Wow, so much delicious food. Do you really eat all this just for breakfast?
Look, it's
That's
coming.
just how we do it where I'm from.
We
Most
love
of the time,
gaming.
though, I don't eat lunch after dim sum.
Oh, that's good to hear. Paimon doesn't need to worry about holding back then.
Eat. If it's not enough, we can always order more. Oh, and there's tong soy coming as well. I don't usually have that in the morning, but, well, since everyone's here, I just had to order it. What about you, traveler? Is the food to your liking? Want some more seafood kanchi? Let me refill your bowl.
Paimon's gonna take you up on that. Fill it up nice and full and make sure she gets a few extra shrimp. Thanks!
The ending made me mad. Why did the ending make you mad, Kira?
So full. That meal was so satisfying, it even gave Paimon some extra brain juice. Oh, listen. Paimon's figured it out.
What figured what
Let's
out?
think about this for a second, Gaming. You invited us to this awesome restaurant and ordered a whole table full of expensive dim sum just for the three of us. Well, you must be hiding the fact
There's certain
that you're
someone is
some young
dead. Oh,
master
no.
From a rich family. That would explain why you try to keep your friends and family away from each other.
Are you confusing me with Xingqiu?
Huh? You know Xingqiu? You sure know a lot of people.
Well, when you're on the road as much as I am, you hear all sorts of rumors. Sometimes they're true, sometimes they're not. What it comes down to is being able to tell the difference. More often than not, that means knocking on some doors to find out for yourself.
Oh, you truly are a man of many talents, young Master Gaming.
Okay,
Young Master
enough with the
Gaming.
teasing. Sorry to burst your bubble, Paimon, but you're wrong about my family's.
What? Oh, Paimon thought she was onto something there.
My dad is just an ordinary tea merchant. Small scale stuff, you know? It wouldn't even make sense to mention his business in the same breath as the Xianyun Commerce Guild. My dad...
I hope
always wanted
that
me to
it
inherit the
was
family
an
business,
act and she's
to be a merchant
alive.
like him.
Oh no.
But that's just not who I am. That's not who I ever wanted to be.
We'll never know.
Have you ever talked to him about it? You know, about your interests and aspirations and stuff.
Of course I have. I told him I wanted to be a wushu dancer. That I wanted all of Tevat to see what I could do. According to my dad, though, that wasn't a real job. Just a child's pipe dream.
Oh, that's terrible.
I'm sure he thought I would come around eventually, but wushu dancing has always been the only thing I wanted to do. One day, he tried to get me to visit some other tea merchants to start building the right relationships, but I refused to go. We got into a huge fight. We were this close to throwing hands. In the end, I was so angry that I ran away from home. I haven't been back since.
I took out
Don't
my
get on my
anger
case just yet,
on
okay?
some enemies and I completely
It's not like I think I'm
destroyed
completely
them.
without fault. No. I know that it wasn't the right way to go about things. But my dad's stubborn. No matter how hard I tried to convince him, it just went in one ear and out the other.
So
There was no
you
changing
have
his
daddy
mind.
issues and Gaming.
I knew talking would only get me so far, but if I made it big in Liyue Harbor, the results could speak for themselves.
Gaming.
But I'm sure you both already know how that's going. Wushu dancing's just not that big in Liyue Harbor. In the past, I would go door to door from store to store, asking if they would be interested in hiring a performer. Most times, I wound up eating nothing but humble pie. And you can't just rely on dreams to put food on the table, right? So, I found a job as a guard to make some money. And now I have enough to get by and then some. Still,
Interesting.
change takes time. Gotta take it
I
slow,
went
you know?
I went
Paimon
full
understands.
with the
Okay, enough of all that serious talk. Our tea's getting closer.
Oh, huh?
Let's do something fun this afternoon. What do you say, huh? I'll organize.
Sure, let's do something fun.
We kinda already have plans this afternoon. We told Xianyun that we would go to her kite making workshop.
Oh?
Are you interested in kite making, Gaming?
Oh, no. It's just that I happen to know Auntie Xianyun.
That title certainly humanizes her a bit.
Oh, I know that she's an adeptus. I met her during a delivery once. But hasn't she been in the city lately? She's even tried, with some limited success, to change her terms of self-address or something like that. She came to see me a few days ago to ask about luminescent dyes. Oh, wait a second. She doesn't plan on putting those on a kite, does she?
Is that not something you can do?
It's one thing to use it on cloth, but applying it to paper is another matter entirely. Why couldn't she tell me what she wanted them for?
Yeah, she does seem to have trouble with that sometimes.
It would be such a shame if everyone worked so hard on their kites only for them to get ruined in the end. Okay, I'll go with you. If Auntie Xianyun wants to use those dyes on a kite, the formula will need to be changed.
Great! The more the merrier!
Wait, huh? Wait. Wait a minute, I have to do both parts of this damn thing? I haven't done... I have to do Cloud Retainer's story, and I just did part of Gaming's story. I'm kind of mad right now. I'm kind of annoyed right now. I know I did part of Gaming's story, and I wasn't doing that. I was doing. Oh well. Anyway, we're gonna go back to We're gonna go back to
You know what I'm saying, right?
Cloud Retainer's
How
story.
can I not? Not even fine food is enough to distract from the presence of a fine lady, huh?
Oh, I'm far more interested in getting her details than ordering any dishes. Hey, how about
Why do you want to order dishes?
You
from...
do it. No.
Are you really trying to
Wait,
hit on?
She's coming.
Her? You're really trying to hit on her?
What can I get for you today?
Greetings, miss. I was just wondering if you'd be willing to...
What would you like to order?
2 servings of more meat to go. Good chat. Bye.
Welcome.
She scared them away.
May I take your order?
Don't welcome us as guests and greet us as old friends in the same line. It's weird.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and this is?
This is Miss Xianyun.
Master?
Down bad. Wait, who screwed?
Revealing this form to you
Who
before.
are you down bad
How
for?
were you able to ascertain one's true identity with such ease?
Huh?
I've trained and lived with Master for more than 10
Mommies?
years. I would recognize you no matter what form you take.
4.
You.
Mommies times 2, huh?
Is something the matter, Master?
Hardly. One simply learned of your employment from your letter and came to check on your well-being.
And check out the great food, too.
Indeed. It's almost lunchtime. My apologies. I'm still on the clock and can't talk for very long.
Oh, okay.
Well, if it isn't the traveler
Also,
are you here for Shenhe?
I have
The
a
lunch rush
new
isn't in
project
yet,
coming
Shenhe.
up.
So I've got things covered for now. Go ahead, sit down and enjoy some time with your friends. I'll let you know if things pick up.
I can't
Thank
wait
you,
for,
Chef
she's just that girl. It's Ganyu for me. Bird teacher mommy, oh god. I sit and chat. Where are we sitting and chatting at? Oh, we're going over there. Let me in! Okay, woman, you're not letting me in. Thank you.
It is just as one expected. The owner of Wanmin Restaurant is indeed a most reasonable and accommodating human.
Yes, he is.
Still,
He's a very
the
good
work here
man.
entails dealing with quite a varied group of people. Has this been difficult for you, Shenhe?
It's been manageable so far. I sometimes run into strange people, but I have figured out a way to deal with them.
Seems like you've been making progress. So by dealing with them, you mean...
First, I try to talk sense into them. If that doesn't work, I threaten them with violence. At this point, they usually decide
Meanwhile,
they are
I
in favor of a
love
civil
both
conversation.
Fiora and Hu Tao and...
How should Paimon put this?
Oh, a sensible plan. One is gladdened to see you integrate so well into human society.
And you, Master? How have you been?
Simply marvelous. Though Mount Outsong has scarcely enjoyed your
his
presence
solution is
recently,
violence.
one has hardly found the pleasure of one's
Her
own
solution
company
is
to be
always
lacking.
violence.
I see. Just as expected of Master. I have missed Master quite a bit too. Even though work has been busy lately,
Also,
I've already had a conversation
screw,
with Chef Mao about taking some time off soon to visit Master.
I have something
You
to
did.
tell you.
Do make note of such matters in your letters in the future. There's hardly a need to keep one in suspense.
Well, Her mood shot up just like that.
By the way, Master,
I have
since
something
you were
to
in
tell you,
Liyue
Stu.
Harbor, have you had the chance to visit Ganyu?
Indeed.
Exactly,
She was
that's what it
similarly
is.
preoccupied with her work. There was time only to exchange a few simple pleasantries.
Ganyu told us the story of Cloud Retainer's name. It was amazing. We never knew how powerful she was before.
I see. In that case, allow me to also share a
We,
story about Master's
I
past.
decided to give you mod status.
Is that a problem, Master? I believe this to be...
No, not a problem. One was simply caught off guard. But no matter.
Yes.
Please, proceed. One is most curious to see how much of one's own conversational prowess you possess.
Master once participated in a race against Mooncarver.
Well, you're
After
usually
Mooncarver
here a
lost,
lot,
he insisted that
and
Master's
you know,
ability to fly gave her a natural edge in
you
such a
keep
contest.
chat engaged
In
at times,
response,
so
Master agreed to forego flying in return for being able to use one of her devices in the
I
race.
thought that I
Mooncarver
don't really
accepted,
have that many that come
only to
by
find Master with a
often
brand new
besides
device
Bard
on the day of
and
the contest.
Mr. J.
Huh. What kind of
So,
device was
and
it?
you've been
It was a mechanical vehicle made out of iron. What was it called again? Oh,
an electric-powered
electro-powered bicycle.
Oh, you refer to the bicyclical Thunder Flashmobile. One spent 49 days conceptualizing and crafting it. It need only be infused with adeptal energy.
Well, thank
It
you,
can
Stu.
cover thousands of miles in one day. Oh, it
Yeah.
boggles the mind.
I
why
only have a
Mooncarver
few that
ever
actually
supposed he
come
might
by
best me in a
regularly,
contest
so
of locomotion. Though he sprinted with all his might, he could barely keep up. Alas, the one flaw of my mechanism lay in its weakness against mountainous terrain. One was thwarted mere seconds from victory, when it was thrown off course and failed to make it across the final stretch.
Nah, you do.
Truly a most unfortunate turn of events. Anyway, do go on.
I have to go through my mods and
Master,
actually start getting
that
rid
was
of
the
some
end
of them
of that
because there's
story.
some that don't even show up anymore.
Is that so? Huh. With you gone, one has seldom felt the desire to call upon those old
I'll probably
fossils
be
for
doing
another
that
contest.
tomorrow.
What is a race without spectators, after all?
Have you been
Yeah,
lonely, Master?
but yeah, you're usually here a lot.
At one's age,
So,
entire human
you know, I thought,
generations come
okay,
and go in the blink of
you'd
an
be the
eye.
next
Even one's
person
own
in line to
self-directed
become a
musings
mod.
can span several days
So,
and nights. 'Tis the
congratulations.
most foreign sentiment. The mere mention of it is preposterous. What is the reason for that look upon your face?
It's nothing. It's just... Well, Paimon gained a lot of respect for you after listening to that story of you summoning the rain and everything. But
Just keep
all
doing
it took
what you're
was a few
doing.
words out of your mouth, and it's like you're back to being that illuminated bird again. I was just a little bit confused. Which one of the two is the real Cloud Retainer?
To me, they are both, Master. One is the Master that's widely revered by the people, while the other is the Master that I respect.
You don't need
and
to do
adore.
anything special.
One finds
love
oneself exalted
smug.
yet again with sweet words of praise and flattery of a most extravagant nature. You chose to exalt one with your words, yet you refuse to grace Mount Outsong with your presence for any extended period of time. One would almost question the sincerity of your estimations. This is not to say that your words paint an inaccurate picture. One has always lived by a single ideal. Eschew all action and abide by no rule. One does as one pleases and speaks as one pleases. Others may critique or praise as they see fit, yet one places little weight in such judgments.
She got like, what, 2 sentences of flattery from her disciple, and it's as if her ego is about to burst.
Do you have any empty tables?
Hey there, could we get another fish stew?
I am not. I finished the first.
I'm hearing more guests come in. I should get back to work.
Alright, good luck with the lunchtime rush, Shenhe.
I'm on the second planet right now.
I'll try my best.
Bellbog. Bellobach.
So much yummy food! Paimon's gonna feast!
Didn't... Oh, wait, that's right.
One is fond of all kinds of delicacies and delights in a multitude of flavors. The dishes here demonstrate no shortage of culinary skill. Their unique flavor profile has left one more than satisfied. In fact, one has been struck by quite the fit of inspiration. One has already begun to conceptualize the next generation of supreme cuisine machines.
Everything's so tasty! A bit too hot at
Not
times,
really.
but
A
still
lot
super
is just
tasty.
slice of life mechanics. They
I'm
usually
sorry, miss,
update
but
it
our tables are full.
when they
Shall we try somewhere else,
go
Granny?
to the different versions.
But it smells so delightful. Can we really not eat here? My poor legs can't go on for much longer.
Well, you could always check with some of the other guests and see if anyone's happy to share a table.
Okay, I'll ask around. Excuse me, would you mind letting me share a table with you?
There is a lot of story stuff, and a lot of it is like
What about you guys?
just listening to story and walking to a place.
Great! Thanks so much. My name is Xianyun, and this is my granny, Yuendai. Granny?
It's called. I would consider it more therapy simulator.
Is there something wrong with that? No. Paimon's just a bit surprised. She looks so young. Yeah,
I mean, Bard
a
brought
lot
that
of
on
people
to
call
me,
my
so
granny
I'm
underneath
like,
for once,
okay.
But she's actually much older than she appears.
Same, yeah.
Granny, why don't you take a seat? Come on, it's not polite to stare.
Huh. Have we met before?
No.
Just a fated meeting, then. Please, take a seat.
The MC
What
getting
would you
stabbed.
like to eat, Granny? I
The
can
main
order for
character
you.
getting stabbed.
I want braised earthworms. They always pop up out of the ground after a rainstorm.
No, not this again.
Wait, who got
Granny,
stabbed?
there's
What are
no
you
braised
talking
earthworms
about?
on the menu. Braised
Main character?
earthworms? Well, that sounds weird. Right, that's what Paimon was thinking too. Need any help? Help? Oh, do you mean with Granny?
Are we talking about Star Rail or
Thanks,
Genshin?
that's nice of you to offer. Granny has pretty bad dementia, so her memory's getting worse all the time. She's always saying things that sound kinda confusing. Actually, her memory's been bad ever since I was little. But it's gotten so bad lately that I even have to remind her who I am every morning. We died young. It's just me and Granny now.
Star Rail?
But it's okay. Don't feel bad. Granny loves me a lot, and I love her a lot too. Sure, it's hard at times, but you just gotta make the best of the life you've
When
got.
did it happen? Because I'm only on
You're
the
really
second
tough for
planet,
your age,
so...
kid. You're too kind.
And me? Oh, what about me?
You're tough too,
My
Granny.
so...
Plus, you're really gentle, and you're always there for me.
Yes,
You'll
and
probably-
it's hardly as if I forget everything. I still
Nah,
remember
screw
the
you got
important
pretty
things.
good decks. I'll tell you though, those people that we dueled at the end were really good. They were really
I
good.
remember now.
Oh, that's
It
alright,
was a
Pumpkin.
dream.
How
I had
are
a
you, by the
dream
way?
Where everything was dark. Someone was standing in front of me. She told me to come and find her, and that once I'd found her, I would be free.
Main character got stabbed then?
That sounds super important. But how come you
Yeah.
never told me about it before?
It was just
I mean,
a
we don't...
dream, so I
I
forgot
welcome
about it.
everybody.
But I'm in a good mood now, and somehow I remembered it again.
That match was intense, though.
I believe I've had
I
this
thought I was
dream
gonna win.
many times.
Annoyed, gotta go
Just
to work
how
tomorrow.
Many times have
Oof.
I had it? Now that
Isn't
I
that
do
a spoiler?
not remember.
Wait, so you have a reoccurring dream where
No,
someone's
that's
talking
not.
to you?
No, it's not a spoiler. I already did it.
Does that mean you're possessed?
Wait, who's possessed? It's not. No, that's not Chi-Chi.
Unlikely. Her eyes are clear and her breathing remains calm and level. One sees no signs of possession.
Yeah,
Are you sure?
You should have.
Who do you take me for? Is one not an adept? Am I not an expert?
You're right. Paimon almost forgot you're the expert. In that case, do you still remember what the person in your dreams looked like, Granny?
Not anymore. Although, I have a sense that she looked rather like me. But not as I am now. My younger self.
A younger version of Granny? This is just getting weirder and weirder. What is going on here?
You should have missed. Yeah. How did I misplay?
Said,
Was it because I attacked Time Lord?
Together. You may leave this
And
situation
Pumpkin, I gotta go to work at 6 in the morning, so I feel your pain on that one. Then again, I go to work at 6 in the morning, Monday through Friday, so.
Paimon's Paimon.
Just Xianyun is fine.
Thank you all so much for offering to help. But first, I'm sorry for asking, but, how do you want us to pay you back? Oh, we don't need any payment for this.
Do I have the lance yet? Yeah, I have the fire version of the main character.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. But Miss Xianyun, what exactly can we do to help out this granny? All we have to go off is that dream.
But I prefer to use destruction. I think it's better.
That is elementary. Since her dreams portray her younger
Because
self,
Natasha isn't
then we
built
shall
yet.
retrace the steps of her youth. Once we have revisited those places,
I
her
have
memories
sit
will
on a
likely
crate
return.
bus.
Sounds like a plan.
Oof.
So, Granny,
That's,
do you remember which places you went to when you were young?
Yeah, Storm?
Why, of course I do. The heavens above, the earth below.
Okay, taking that as a no. I might have an idea. Once, when I was really
I'm in
little,
trouble. Why are you in
my
trouble,
granny
Storm?
used to be a martial artist
Also,
heroine
sorry I
who
didn't
saved
say
lots of
hi,
people from a
Pumpkin.
disaster.
And the seats aren't cushioned well. Oh. Okay, you definitely
It's
seen
true.
those.
Then maybe they wrote about
MC
it in the
getting
history
stabbed.
books or something.
Yeah, I did.
A martial
Because that was like the
arts
boss
heroine.
battle
Hmm.
when the MC
Shinjo
got
knows
stabbed.
tons about
Cocolia.
chivalric traditions. If anyone knows about the heroes of the past, it's him. Let's go find him at the Xianyun Commerce Guild.
Are you
Nice,
leaving
Pumpkin.
already? But I'm still.
I gotta add you on PlayStation.
I'll go order some food, Granny. If there's nothing on the menu you especially want, I'll just get a few different things.
It seems we must part ways for now.
I gotta add you guys
the
on
Traveler and Paimon
PlayStation.
are bound for the
Pumpkin.
Xianyun Commerce Guild, while Yuendai and Shuyu shall remain here and partake of their lunch. As for myself, I have matters to discuss with Streetward Rambler.
Streetward Rambler? Oh, you mean Madam Ping!
Precisely. Let us meet at Yujing Terrace once you are ready.
Yes.
Always wanted to try this place. Everyone, please, speak to your heart's
Once I get my stuff. Oh, absolutely, Screw. I'm gonna be getting my computer probably within another month. I'm going to Micro Center on the 22nd, which is like, if anyone knows what Micro Center is, it's like a wholesale for like computer parts. It's like where I'm doing both quests at once.
What brings you here?
I don't like this. Let's just say I found a new husband. Who did you find, Storm? Who did you find? In what gate? Gaming?
That's not a whole lot of information to go off of. I don't know if I can say for sure.
In Genshin. Gaming? Wait, who? Who is it, Storm? Who is it? Is it Novelette? Let's find out who's...
I can't pinpoint her identity from your description alone. But considering her age, I am reminded of a nameless heroine who's been featured in various chivalry
Honestly,
novels.
I prefer PlayStation over my laptop.
Heroine?
I do too,
That's right.
but
The novels often speak of a great drought from 50
there's a lot
years
of
ago.
things you could do with a
As
PC
the
that I
people
want to
suffered,
do.
a nameless heroine appeared and began to clear away evil spirits in bandit camps. The
Al
people
Haytham?
idolized her, but never learned her name. All they knew was that she
Interesting.
always acted
Why,
alone.
why Al Haytham,
Later,
Storm?
She
Why Al
supposedly fell in
Haytham?
love with a similarly noble-minded exorcist from Mount Tianheng. They were well matched in more ways than one, often fighting together as a fearsome duo of otherworldly strength. After the drought ended, the heroine
Al
and the
Haytham is
exorcist
fair.
left the public eye and began living a reclusive life in the mountains. All that remained were tales of her incredible accomplishments.
Genshin takes up too much space
The way
on my
this
laptop.
nameless heroine
It
faded
takes
from
up
fame
over
into
100
obscurity
gigs
later
on
in
my
life is
PlayStation
not too dissimilar
5.
from Miss Yuendai.
Between
I hope
that,
that's
Baldur's
somewhat
Gate,
Thanks a lot, Shinjo.
and
We knew you
Honkai
were
Star Rail,
packing
that's like over
It's nothing at all.
300.
Just something I came across while
And I'm
reading.
scared with...
I did do a bit of
Oh,
extra
and
research
Tekken
on her
8.
story,
And Tekken 8.
but it was just out of personal curiosity.
Well, Paimon still thinks that's super cool. Oh, wait, Shinjo, if you
Al
read up on
Haytham?
her,
Oh my
do you know any
god.
places often associated with her?
Let me think.
My favorite character, you can't
In
put
the novels,
books
the
down.
nameless heroine always appeared near one of 3 places.
Yeah,
Wangshu Inn, the area
he's
just
always
north
reading
of Jueyun
books.
Karst, and Xingyun Peak. Perhaps the real-life heroine who inspired the character was also often seen near those 3 places. That would explain why those locations You're welcome. To be honest, I found some parts of the story
why not him?
confusing when I first came
Why
across
Al
it.
Haytham, Storm?
If
It's
Miss
just like...
Yuendai was indeed the original inspiration for the character, she may just be able to help me put the pieces together. It's rare for a chivalric hero to fade into obscurity during their lifetime, even after retiring from the public eye. But no one ever saw or heard from the
But
nameless
you'll
heroine
always
again.
be my number one.
There were
He's
even
cool,
rumors that she became
and he's-
extremely
I mean,
ill.
have you seen him?
I've never understood
Oh,
why
I've seen
someone would go to
him.
such lengths to
Have
erase
you done
themselves
his
from public
story
memory.
stuff yet? No, you
It's
haven't.
almost as if she was trying to hide
You should
from
really do it,
something.
because it's actually really
There's
good.
probably far more to the story than what's been written.
Start working on
We'll
your
be sure to tell
story.
you if we manage to uncover the truth.
That's a deal. Perhaps, behind the truth of it all, there lies a story more fantastical than any work of fiction.
Paimon feels like we just learned so much
Apparently
from
we're
Shinjo.
talking
A drought,
about,
a nameless heroine, a life of seclusion.
Storm's new
Wait,
husbando.
Why does this story sound super familiar? Oh, right. There's a drought in this story.
That's what we're
too.
talking about. And then
Shinjo, are droughts super common?
we're talking about
in the
Edo
area or
now.
something?
Edo now.
They used to be, but people have
Hot
long
dog.
since developed
Wait, hold on,
methods to
hold on.
prevent them.
Why did I
like
read
by
hot
cultivating
dog?
the soil or digging canals.
Oh my god. I read wrong things. I read
So while
English
droughts do
wrong.
happen from time to time,
I
they are
read
rarely
English
regarded as true
wrong.
disasters.
I think Haya
The
is
drought
close
50
second.
years ago is probably one of the worst we've had in the
Days
last
Leaf
several
is really
centuries.
good. I like
The
Days
crops
Leaf.
withered,
Wish he
the
could
streams
become an
ran
actual
dry,
playable
and the monsters
character
in the
soon,
mountains
but we'll
became
never
rabid
get him.
and agitated.
We'll never get him anytime
Countless
soon.
caravans were attacked, and people who lost their homes came together to form bandit groups. What started as a natural disaster.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, and that's exactly why the nameless heroine was so beloved. She must
Quote,
have been
clip it.
someone of true integrity
Quote,
to
quip,
do so
clip
much
it.
for the
Wait,
people
what?
while asking nothing in return. Still,
Someone's
as
clipping
terrible
something.
as that drought was, it was nothing
I
compared
am
to the
tempted to
truly
C6
calamitous
him when he
disasters
comes
that
out.
befell this land in ancient
Gainsleaf?
times.
You're gonna
They
C6
say that back in
Gainsleaf?
those days, disasters were both more severe and
You know
more
what,
common.
Pumpkin? If you
Only the
C6
strongest of
Gainsleaf,
Adepti could
I
hope to
will do
dispel the
my
ruin
best
and
to
devastation.
C6 Gainsleaf.
Do you have any other questions?
We're good for now. We're just going to head back and meet up with Miss Xianyun and the others again. Paimon hopes that Granny Yuendai will be able to remember more of her past. She used to be a great hero who saved many people. So sad that she can't recall any of it. Anyway, we'll be off now. See you some other time, Xingqiu. Thank you so much for your help.
It's no problem at all.
I mean, I don't know who I'm going to C6 next, because I need to figure out who... I need to figure out who I want to C6 next. That's a hard choice to C6 who. I mean... Where do I go now? Oh, up there. Wait, no, I don't want to do that. Where do I go? Wait, what am I looking at here? Okay, I've seen his fit. He's very cool. Ito was my first limited 5-star and my first ship. Man's handsome Squidward. Wait, who are we talking about? Are we talking about Ito? We're talking about Ito. There he is. There's Ito. No, I'm not. Is that who we're talking about? I love my first 5-star. Yes. I look for where where is Madam? Where's Madam Ping? Oh, Madam Ping is up top. Oh God. I'm still mad you have his sword. I mean, he'll come back out again. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get him when Inazuma does the beetle quest thing again.
Requested. I hope it will be of help to you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're talking about Al-Haytham.
Straight word, Ping. What has amused you so?
Oh, it's no serious matter. I was just...
And then you're Kira, you're talking about
Tainari
Tainari right now.
In this form. Time has wrought such change in this world.
I believe he is in the next patch.
You appear just the same as
well, there you go.
Time has
save up for his weapon.
Nor has one keenly felt.
Or are you gonna get a
constellation
of them?
Nevertheless, Ping, one would like to seek your counsel on a personal matter.
Oh, why so formal all of a sudden?
Well, the inquiry. Approximately how much more would one need to afford a comfortable life in the harbor? Not unlike the one that you yourself lead.
It does not require as much as you may think. Still, do you mean that...
Cloud Retainer, Madam Ping! What are you two talking about?
Nothing save for some trivial matters. Have you unearthed
but I
any
can't
useful
hear
details?
Shinto has a theory, but let's save it for when you and Miss Yuendai have joined up with us again.
I take a 5-star and make it all day. Yeah.
Do
Well,
not
you
be
gotta just
troubled, young
prioritize
lady.
which one's the most
Here,
important thing.
Have some tea.
Pumpkin.
Thank you so much. What do you
New
think,
character,
Xianyun? Does it match up with
weapon,
what you
or
know of your granny?
constellation? Decisions,
According
decisions,
to the
decisions.
story, the name
I
is
already
Heroine
know what my
eventually fell
decision
in love
choice
with
is
an
gonna be.
exorcist from Mount
Obviously, it's gonna be a new character.
Maybe that's my grandpa. I don't have many memories of him, but there was this one time I found a box in our attic full of a bunch of weird sigils.
I spent all my primos and guaranteed on. Ooh, you got a
I think so
Diluc.
too. Granny might remember something once she's returned to a familiar place.
What marvelous tea. I can taste the dew's sweetness in this cup. It's as if I was taking a stroll in the mountains, thoroughly one with nature and at peace.
Is that so? Then please drink as much as you like. There's no need to hurry. At our
I feel
age,
so
it's
bad.
always
Why do
nice
you
to
feel so
slow
bad?
down and take
I
the
heard
time
about
to
her kit
appreciate
and I'm
pleasant
slightly sad.
conversation among
I'm
friends.
causing chaos in Genshin.
Thank you.
Me who was serious but has bad luck.
Okay, since we have the time,
No, I posted
can I ask you
these
something?
for Diluc. Oh, you
Sure
pulled her
thing.
these
What
for
would you like to
Diluc.
know?
Okay. Yeah, because now doesn't Diluc like
I
have a
have a secret I want
purpose
to tell
now
you.
because of his
Let's go talk over
plunge?
there.
I believe his plunge has like he has the best plunge percentage or something.
What's wrong, Xianyun?
Why? What are you causing chaos in
I've been
Genshin
kind of
Storm?
meaning to ask ever since we started talking in the restaurant.
Are you playing bumper cars?
Are you guys all adepti in disguise? Oh, how about that?
Didn't they make her like
Well,
Isn't she like
you guys just seem super special.
support
Plus,
basically?
I think I might have heard Miss
Yes,
Xianyun call
his
herself an
plunge is
adeptus.
correct.
Must have been a slip of the tongue. Xianyun, since you were the one who,
Yeah, I remember you telling me about
maybe you
it, but
can
I was like,
explain
I
to
didn't know
Xianyun
who
here
was.
what you really meant
I
by
remember
that.
you telling me something about like his plunge damage was the
One
highest
is
in the
indeed
game.
an adeptus. Is that of some concern to you?
I knew it. Well, one time when I was a little kid,
As
I saw a pure white illuminated crane.
rules are made
I
to be
had
broken.
this super high fever, and Granny was
Rules
around.
are made to
I
be
was
broken.
feeling all icky
Kira.
and gross. But then this snowy white crane flew down from the sky. She put me on her back and flew me to her cool Adeptus house and fed me some sort of magic potion. When I woke up, I was already back in my bed and my fever was gone. I really wanted to thank her, but I was too sleepy to stay awake, so I never got the chance. So, I just kind of wanted to ask if maybe
You accidentally killed your character. Wait, killed all your character. Wait, okay, hold on. I accidentally killed all my characters, but still won. What did you do? What did you win?
Ever met one that's pure white, Clevertina?
Never has one met an adeptus
But
with
she's-
such features.
But she's kind of
One
like a character I will
surmises such a
not.
description is but a
name as-
hyperbolic embellishment that oft results from narrative accounts.
Ah.
That's weird. Was it
Try-
really just
oh,
a dream?
the new
Even if it
event
was just in
thing.
my head, it doesn't matter that
Yeah.
much anyway. All I really want is
Also,
that
focus
covered
on your
I'm really grateful for all your help. Leave it to us. Now that we know
lantern
the three
right,
locations,
Storm.
we just need to visit them one by one. Let's go to
It'll
Wangzhou
help.
first.
You'll get a lot of gems.
Okay, I'll go get Granny.
Save all of your gems. But she can easily replace another GO5 star in Marogeo teams. Ah. Where are we going? Oh, we're going all the way somewhere. Oh, we're going over to Wangshu Inn.
Wangshu Inn. Do you remember this place, Granny?
It reminds me, have you pulled?
The fish here is very delicious.
I don't have to
And
pull for
if you
anything
look
here,
out
really.
into
I
my
have
belly,
both characters
I
and
used
I
to
have
have
both
a room
weapons,
here.
so I really
It had
don't
a
need to pull
window.
for
I'll
much.
come with.
If I do pull, it's gonna be just to, like, do my pity.
Paimon's
To
still
build my
having some
pity up.
trouble understanding what she's talking about, but if she's
Good
so
news is
familiar
she
with this
split.
place, that must mean she lived here, right?
Interesting.
Huh? Whoa! Xiao, what are you doing here all of a sudden? You
Oh, there's Zhao.
I sensed a non-human presence and decided to come take a look.
A
If you're
non-human
here,
presence.
then there's likely no trouble afoot. I suppose there's no cause for concern. It's been a while, Cloud Retainer. I see you have returned to your previous form. I have indeed. I fought alongside her in this form on many occasions during the Archon War.
Oh, wow! What was she like during the war?
Time to go back to...
Wait, let Paimon take a guess. Was it anything like this?
Oh, God.
Behold, the glory of one's newest invention, the Bang Bang Continuous Fire Mechanism.
Maybe you'll finally
Hands up and
finish.
surrender, or be prepared to face the full might of the Adepti.
Will I finish building Kokomine? I didn't even finish.
Invitation.
Paimon knows her all too well.
Even so, Cloud Retainer was not always as ostentatious as you describe. You may be unaware.
I remember
Her talent with
bullying
Adepti sigils
someone
is just as formidable as her
in
skill and
Genshin
mechanics.
streams
The Archon War
that I
reached
met
its peak after
a long
Wei
time
Zhang's
ago, and I kept telling her
The Cloud
to
Retainer
make
who fought
crit
beside
rate
me in those
Kokomine.
devastating battles
I'm
was
sorry,
taciturn
I'm
and
dying.
solemn, only speaking when she had to activate her sigils.
A cloud retainer who barely talks? Paimon can't picture it. But what happened after that? If you were so powerful in your human form, why did you decide to take up your bird form again?
Once one had bid farewell to the world of mortals, what use would one
Cloud
still have for
Retainer
such a
is
shame?
almost level 80.
When dwelling between
My
mountain
Cloud
and
Retainer, I
forest,
think, is like
away from the
60.
struggles
I
and
can't
troubles of
find
mortal
the
world,
damn
a mortal form is hardly the most fitting of
thingies,
choices.
like the, what's
After
it
the
called?
war, Cloud Retainer retired to Mount Outsong, only revealing herself to the occasional visitor.
I'm not
and
seeing
always in
Lantern
her
event.
avian form. Although I do believe there was an occasion some 30-odd years ago when she decided to don her
Lantern
human
event is still going on.
I believe it was for the purpose
It's going
of...
on for another, like,
One
20
believes
days.
there is little need to relive bygone matters.
Granny, are you okay? Back then, at this place,
Perhaps this conversation should end here. I
I
shall take
can't
my
save
leave now.
hundreds to go boom.
Should you encounter any trouble, you need only call my name.
That always happens to
However,
everybody.
given that
You
you are
see
traveling with
160
Cloud Retainer,
gems and you're like,
trust
I
you
need
are
to
in good
spend
hands.
Everyone!
one wanted.
I think Granny is finally beginning to remember her past.
Slowly now.
Pumpkin,
calm your
I
mind
have
and
not done my
recount what has
abyss.
been recalled.
Also, my friend is creating me a thumbnail for the abyss because they're telling me to do the abyss. So when that thumbnail comes out, I'm just gonna do streams of me playing the abyss.
I'm very sorry, but I can't
Self-control
even
is
remember
also
the name
training.
of my illness.
Yes, it is.
The only thing I can remember
So yeah, so Pumpkin,
is that it
prepare yourself for a day a stream
was no cure for
when I only do the
I was
abyss
confined to my room
and
in
cry
Wangshu Inn, where I spent many days unconscious.
like I've done
I'd
before.
come to every once in a while and stare at the migrating birds outside the window. It was
Even
a
though I don't
solemn
like it.
sight. I remember crying.
Make sure you have a
Even
strong
sure I knew why.
Second team.
One day, I met a traveling merchant. Upon hearing of my
I'll
illness,
never have a
he
second team
sold
built
me
pumpkin.
a
You know
bottle of
that.
soul-revitalizing tea pills. He told me that the pills were concocted using adepti blood and could be used to alleviate my...
Wait, but if your illness remained dormant for several decades, are you saying that what you're going through now is just a relapse of what happened all those years ago? And it was all thanks
I'm
to
sure
the
I will
pills
one day.
that you managed to keep the symptoms in check? Paimon's brain kinda hurts. Do you remember anything else?
I'm sorry, I don't. Oh, if only I wasn't so useless.
Hey,
You're not
useless.
Raiden is done, so
You've
just
done
build
so
the...
much for me. Much
Who do I need to build for that team?
me. How could you say that about yourself?
Oh, fret not, dear child. Granny was just a bit frustrated. That's all.
The recovery of a person's memories is a gradual process. Finding pieces of one's past is always superior to not finding anything at all. Let us make haste to the next location.
Next location. Next location. Oh, why don't we go to the area north of Dwayun Karst next?
Raiden.
There isn't really a landmark there, so where
Well, my
should we
Bennett is
start?
built.
Oh, Paimon's got it. Let's check out the houses in the area first. After all, if she was there for any length of time, then she would have stayed somewhere, right? Oh, Paimon's really got her thinking cap on today. At this rate, we'll recover all of Granny Wendai's memories in no time.
Made in the abyss. Yeah, my Bennett is built, so I'm good with that. Wait, where do I gotta go? Look for clues. Oh, I'm going into that forest. Don't care. Oh, I dodged that helitroll arrow. Oh no. Oh no.
I don't remember this place at all. I don't think I've ever been here before. Still, I was thinking, this place feels perfect for a game of hide and seek.
Huh? Why a game of hide and seek?
I'm not sure.
Been watching Jujutsu.
Maybe it's because I used to
I have
play
not
that game
seen
a
Jujutsu
lot with
Kaisen.
Shuyu when she was younger.
I don't remember
I
playing
have to
it
watch
that
it.
much. Are you sure about that, Granny? We only played a few times.
Oh, I'm
and we
cold. I
stopped
took
once we
my hoodie
realized I was
off,
no
and
good
I
at the whole
just have to
seeking
get it
part.
back on again.
Ah, is that so? Then I must
You've been
be
watching
mistaken.
Chainsaw Man all over again?
Not here then.
Nice.
Let's try somewhere else.
I ran out some Nahida cookies. Another team was Chun-Li, Kazu, Finger, and Overlap. Then another team functional, which is Kaz and Bennett. And these are teams I will never understand or get accustomed to because I'm like, oh, I don't know this. Where do I gotta go now? I gotta go this way. Chainsaw Man is amazing. I've seen it multiple times.
This place. It's...
I'm feeling
Did you
away
remember
after.
something, Granny?
I remember. Xianyun. This is where your
My
father
first
was
on the
born.
first
It
chamber.
was a moonless night. I had been injured, so your grandpa was supporting me. We fled together with some being in the fog behind us in hot pursuit. I had exhausted my strength when the labor pains came on, so we took refuge in this house. Your grandpa set up a barrier outside, but neither of us knew if it could hold the monsters back. I remember that night. I remember falling to my knees, reciting a prayer over and over. I alone am the source of this sin. Punish me as you wish for forsaking my oath, but spare my innocent child.
Sin? Oath? Did you do something wrong?
I don't know. I don't remember. I only remember praying in the darkness with all my strength until the sun finally rose again and the fog cleared out. Eventually, the house was filled with the sound of my baby's first cries. That baby was your father. I remember I clutched him tight to my chest and wept tears of joy. It was the first time I'd ever felt such happiness in my life.
My dad?
He was my pride and joy, and so are you, Xianyun. You're so much like him, and I love you both so much. But you're always going to be different from me. Why? Just what did I do?
I don't care what you might have done, Granny. You'll always be the person I love more than anything.
You're too sweet, Xianyun. I'm lucky to have you with me. If not for you, I would not have had the courage to come here, to try to remember what I had forgotten. All right, let's not stand around any longer. There's one place left, yes? Let's go take a look.
If one recalls correctly, the next place should be Xianyun Peak. Yuandai, how fares your health?
I may be a bit slow, but I'll do my best to keep up. I'm sorry to keep everyone waiting.
Climb on, I shall carry you to the top. Oh, such lightness of weight.
All those who grow old grow frail in the end, do they not? First, you lose your memory, then your health. Eventually, you end up losing everything. My only...
Whoa! Why are there so many treasure hoarders here? Guess it's time to round up some bad guys.
Where are the treasure orders at? Yeah. Look for the object in the area. Where? Wait, I can't do this yet? Looks like I have to do this part before I can do that. I can't finish her quest because I have to do lantern rite stuff too, as well. Oh, it's Ganyu. And Xiao.
Come on, wake up! Some friends have arrived.
Hello, friends.
Oh, it's...
Ganyu!
Oh, I have some mint oil. Perhaps we should try that. A guest at Wanmin Restaurant recommended it to me. I've tried it. Its stimulative effects are much stronger than what can be achieved from chewing on mint leaves alone. Apologies in advance.
Wait! Shenhe! Not there!
Wait, what?
See? It worked. She's awake.
Are you okay, Ganyu? Do you need some water? Or maybe something to eat?
I'm fine. I just feel chilly all over.
Huh. Was it that effective?
Chilly, huh? Master always says a cool head leads to a calm heart. So, does this mean that heat's what we need to help you, Ganyu? Paimon doesn't think that's what the expression means
The
exactly.
horns, yes.
I feel a bit better now. Was I asleep? Must have been around the time I usually take my midday nap.
Did you not sleep last night? That does seem to happen to you often. Perhaps you should come work at Wanmin Restaurant with me. We get off at 10 on the dot every night without fail.
I could never. I'm sorry. I seem to have missed your name. You are...
Me? My name is Gaming. I work as a guard for the Secure Transport Agency.
Gaming. The name sounds familiar. I believe I've heard your name mentioned around the Ministry of Civil Affairs. People tell me you're an extremely enthusiastic worker, and you are very generous with your help.
Well, you know me. Or, I guess you don't.
Yeah, Year of the Dragon, they
My
gotta
name is
plan
Ganyu.
something this year.
This is Shenhe, and this is Yao Yao.
I mean, this is technically, the Lantern Rite Festival is technically,
You must be here for Auntie Xianyun's kite-making workshop, right?
The Chinese New Year.
Yes. I have neither made nor flown a kite before. As long as Master is willing to teach, I am willing to learn.
Me too. I want to participate in the kite flying
Genshin has
competition
but
with
like
my best
2 really
friend.
big events
Plus,
every
it's
year.
more meaningful if you make the
It's
kite
the
yourself,
Chinese
right? Your best friend didn't come with you?
festival, New Year's festival,
Well, Chi-Chi's been
which is
super
around
busy
here.
helping Dr. Baiju lately.
And then it's their yearly anniversary.
Oh, I also brought bandages and ointment with me today. It's easy to cut yourself when working with bamboo, so I thought I should come prepared.
Wow, you're really thoughtful.
As for myself, I'm afraid I lack some of my companion's enthusiasm. I was originally planning to buy a ready-made kite and just enjoy the festive city atmosphere with everyone. But Cloud Retainer is always going out of her way to look after her juniors, wanting us to have the best there is. She always puts us before herself. It was so thoughtful of her to arrange this workshop, so I simply couldn't let such consideration go to waste. My motivation for being here might be a little different, yes, but I'm ready to put in just as much effort as everyone else.
Fun Tao.
Well, we're all here.
Wait, is it?
But where the heck is Xianyun?
Pure Tao. Oh, wait.
Who is it that speaks of oneself in such an ill-tempered tone?
Oh, come on! You clearly heard Paimon!
Master stopped to buy grilled tigerfish to share with everyone. Come get it while it's still warm.
Oh, Paimon's sorry, Miss Illuminated
Interesting.
Bird! Paimon always knew you were the smartest, coolest, and prettiest.
There's one ship in Genshin that always gets me. There's one ship in Genshin that always gets me. Does anyone want to know what that is?
Paimon's life is complete!
It appears that we've ended up with quite a few participants indeed. Go ahead and divide yourselves into
It's
small
Bennett
groups.
and
The
Fischl.
materials are over here. The regular dyes and luminescent ones have been clearly marked. Use them as you see fit. As for how to make the kite, one assumes you all made sure to listen to the
You
instructions
could say
one
it's
provided while you were
beneficial.
eating. Yes? Are there any questions?
Paimon may have focused a little too hard on the eating and less on listening.
Pumpkin gets it.
Paimon knew she could count on you, Traveler.
You could say it's
One
beneficial.
will wait under this tree and avail oneself of the cool
Works.
air while one digests. Do not hesitate to seek one's company if you have any trouble, questions, or simply want to chat.
We're not in any hurry to get started. Why don't we go see what the others are up to?
You're banned. Oh, Gummy.
Hey, Gaming, want to team up?
I can ship almost anything.
Huh? Wait, I have to participate? I thought I'd be done for the day after adjusting the dye formula.
You're that unenthused by kite making, huh?
Same, Screw.
Seem like you.
I've always done
No,
that to
it's not
myself.
that.
Whenever
It's
I
just-
say that joke, it's bad.
It would take too long to explain. I guess I'll just make one then. What shape should we go with? How about a butterfly? What do you think, Xiyu? Is there a particular design you want?
We're making a butterfly.
That might be a little hard to pull off.
True, but I still want to try.
You're
They're
sleepy?
super
Then go to
cute.
bed, Pumpkin. You got work tomorrow.
It's decided then.
I'm gonna get off in a bit anyway. Hopefully I can get through like multiple parts to this
Shenhe.
story.
It would be great if you could refrain from putting things on my horns from now on. They're really quite sensitive.
I see. My apologies. I shall remember that in the future.
Thank you. No harm done.
Good. Could I touch them just once more, though? No oil or anything this time. I've just always wondered what Miss Ganyu's horns feel like.
Huh? Please, I told you. Just call me Ganyu. Well, alright. Just be gentle.
Firm to the touch with no discernible temperature. Oh,
Ah,
not unlike certain medicinal
dream
plants
to go
I've
to
eaten
bed.
before. Still, Ganyu appears to be shaking like a cat whose whiskers have just been touched. I see. Then I'll apply the oil to your forehead next time.
Oh, no need. I'll just refrain from taking afternoon naps outdoors. Anyway, we should probably get started on our kite. It won't be long before Cloud Retainer comes to check on our progress. Perhaps we should just choose the most traditional style.
Okay.
Well, they seem to be getting along swimmingly. Let's not disturb them.
Okay, who else are we going for? Oh, so they were over here. So good, tasty. It's a good ship.
The scissor-tailed swallow sure takes a lot of curved bamboo rods to build.
Ugh. It broke.
Auntie Cloud Retainer, look! Am I doing it right?
Very good. Your frame is nice and sturdy. This design, is it a finch?
Yep.
One is looking forward to seeing your finished product.
What color are you going to make it, Yao Yao? I haven't decided yet. If I make it blue, it'll be more like my friends. But if I make it gold, it'll be more like me.
If you are asking for one's own opinion, one would advise choosing gold. When giving a gift, the key consideration is the recipient's feelings, is it not? One imagines your friend would much prefer a kite that
Y'all ain't
reminds
ready
them
for my
of
ship.
you.
The Xianyun is so different, but I feel like they would be hilarious together. Legit, the official is...
With age comes wisdom, child.
I don't know.
One simply has a way of knowing things.
Oh, cool! Thanks,
Oh
Auntie
my
Cloud
god,
Retainer.
screw!
I'm gonna start painting
What
it
is
gold
that?
right now.
Good. One will watch. You two seem strangely unoccupied. One was under the impression that one was supposed to be doing the relaxing. Is your kite finished?
Oh, we actually haven't started yet, but we're going to start, right now. We should get started on our kite now. Let's go.
Wait, what am I looking at here? What? Oh no. What? Poor Paimon. Paimon the dragon layer instead of Slayer. What did my chat turn into with this?
First, we have to decide on the shape.
I'm okay with this. We have to decide on the shape.
That's not a completely crazy idea. If nothing else, a Paimon-shaped kite could at least make sure you never get lost on your travels and always find the tastiest food and funnest things to do wherever you go. Maybe we're not exercising enough artistic license. Ooh, we should exaggerate this a bit. How about this? The word Paimon means
I love it though.
guardian angel of
Ashes
travelers.
to ashes, dust to dust.
Now, what expression should we give her? Since the kite is going to be flying super high in the sky. It's too high! Someone save Paimon! She's about to faint! Now that we've decided, let's make it happen!
I have wild ships I know y'all can't handle, so I'll keep them to myself. Nah.
Paimon has to say. Paimon
I'm pretty sure I can handle the ships.
Now we just have to attach the string, right?
All right. Gather around, everyone.
Oh! Xianyun's calling us!
Let one take a look.
Wow! Ganyu and Shenhe made a scissor-tailed swallow. It's so pretty. Yep.
Seem friendly unless you're in the...
Makes it look a lot like Master.
If the tail wasn't split in two like that, it might even be a spitting image. If you look closely, there are a few spots where the colors go outside the lines. Did you doze off while painting it, Ganyu?
I did the painting. I stared at the paper for quite some time, but I simply could not recall the coloring of any bird. Except Master. Or should I say that I'm too familiar with her crane form? Even when she stands before us in human form, all I can see is blue and white.
That's a very interesting ship.
Oh, well, now that you mention it, Paimon can see it too.
Exactly. So I simply closed my eyes and painted from memory.
No way. You can paint with your eyes closed?
I have too many
The
ships.
disciples of Adepti really are something.
You are most filial, Shenhe. One is flattered by the likeness.
The Swanee that Gaming and Shuyu made looks very majestic. I'm sure it'll look even more impressive as it soars through the sky.
The eyes and ears glow in the dark, so you're sure to see it at night.
Best kind of comment
Your
to see
golden finch
the
is
second
cute
night
too,
joined. Hey, Starfish!
It's all thanks to Auntie Cloud Retainer's guidance.
What about your kite, Traveler?
Am I a pirate? We made Paimon!
That's hilarious.
Why does Paimon feel like you're laughing at her and not with her?
I'm just admiring the expression you chose. Whether the kite soars high in the air or comes crashing straight to the ground, it's still fitting. That's quite the impressive feat, actually.
Is that the Jade Chamber?
Oh?
Is the Jade Chamber flying? Oh.
Who dares attempt such a flagrant display of impropriety by releasing a kite into one's territory without one's permission? Oh, and to do so by making use of this crude piece of mortal machinery. One simply must know who it is that possesses such impertinence. Continue attaching the strings, everyone. One will be but a moment.
Cloud Retainer? Traveler, Paimon, could I trouble you to go after Cloud Retainer?
Master's going to be okay, right?
I'm more worried about the person who released the kite.
Poor Jade Chamber.
Looks like we can glide over.
Yeah. Let's go find out what's going on.
It's right there.
This Fontanian device of mechanical motion is quite curious indeed.
Now is hardly an opportune time
That's
for your
true.
musings. Someone among us was not sufficiently attentive, and now the kite has vanished.
I hope I didn't
Calm yourself. Do you have any
Mess what
recollection
up?
of its last location?
One believes it drifted in the direction of Mount Outsong.
I don't know what they did.
Perhaps it is mere
But why did they
but
make
one feels a certain sense of dread at the
Moon
thought.
Carver and
Your
Mountain
concern
Shaper
is misplaced, surely. Cloud Retainer
like
is either in the
these
city looking
two?
after her disciples, or secluded in her abode attending to her research. She will not notice that kite. On the subject of said kite, however, one
I don't know
simply must
why they
remark
made
on
them
the
like
genius
that,
of
and
its
they
wingless
made
lift technology. One cannot help but surmise that its
Xianyun.
ingenuity rivals that of Cloud Retainer's creation.
Cloud Retainer. They made Cloud
Still thy
Retainer.
tongue. If Cloud Retainer were to hear you profess such a thing, we can both say farewell to any further use of the Supreme Cuisine Machine.
One presumes that this kite belongs to you.
Oh.
Regard the situation with which we are now confronted. This is all your fault.
One's fault. One seems to recall that releasing the kite was no solitary endeavor. Say something, Mountain Shaper. Surely you can think of something to appease her.
Further explanation shall only fan the flames of her wrath. It would be better to
True.
stay silent and retire at the earliest opportunity.
We can
Is
hardly
it just
avoid
me
her
or
forever.
does the beach?
That may suffice during Lantern Rite.
I
But what about the
pulled
Moon
Chi-Chi.
Chase Festival? Sooner or later,
Maybe.
she will discover our true identity.
Hello?
Go retrieve the kite.
Absolutely not. You retrieve it.
That is not our kite.
That is not our kite. You're
Oh.
lying.
So an adeptus such as oneself is mistaken then?
Ah, you're an Adeptus? Please forgive us for any impropriety. I truly possess no
trying to
inkling
speak.
of who could have released a kite into your esteemed domain. Pray, who could be responsible for such wanton behavior?
Verily, verily, we were but delighting in the surrounding scenery. This locale is home to such exquisite... mint!
Mint!
Well, and if that's all, then we'll just be on our way.
We finally caught up. You sure do fly fast in your illuminated bird form, Xianyun. Mooncarver? Mountain Shaper? What are you doing here?
You?
Bingo!
Okay, now Paimon's getting a weird vibe. Did
It is of no consequence. Long has one seen through their disguises. One was simply curious as to how long they would keep up the act.
Then you are not angry?
Now I can't hear it. Now I can't unhear
How could
it.
one feel anger at the sight of two old friends enjoying themselves?
Mint.
One is also well aware of how enticing these city novelties can be.
We were simply
Mint.
consumed by a fit of festive spirit. Seldom do we get the opportunity to partake in the delights of the times.
The fact that
However,
they both
we are
got
far
caught.
from being as adept as you in matters that require a deftness of hand. No worthy kite could be born of our own making. Thus, we could only take the convenient route, so to speak.
Your prowess in mechanics is unparalleled, Cloud Retainer. You wield the wind and waves themselves. Your singular talent stands unmatched across the land. Of this, we are well aware.
One has guests to attend to. We will have to convene again some other time. Traveler, Paimon, do try to keep up.
We're leaving already? Oh, all this flying from place to place is wearing Paimon out.
They're kissing so much ass. Do I get to talk to them here?
It seems that one's concern was misplaced after all.
Then, should we continue flying the kite?
A splendid suggestion, but it would be advisable to change...
Perhaps your mountain would suffice? It is more than spacious.
A fine idea. A fine idea indeed.
Oh, a fine idea. It's a great idea. Storm. What happened? What's up? What'd you do? Smart. Let's go to your house. I got 10 into Triumph Face. I can pull for Xiao.
They're back.
It's up to you.
Paimon's pooped. Hi. Why are there only 2 of you left?
After you left, Yao Yao and Shu Yu tired themselves out playing with their kites. Gao Ming offered to escort them home.
Before he left, he said something that I don't quite understand.
Oh? What did he say?
He said, a kite is always tied down no matter how far it flies or how high it soars. Its tether prevents it from ever truly flying free. He looked quite dejected at...
Now that you mention it, Gao Ming did seem to have a rather strange attitude towards kites.
Storm. Watching their favorite... Oh my god.
A reflection of himself. Oh, if I were a kite, I would cherish that tether as a symbol of kinship and the bonds that tie us and...
Shenhe?
It may be an exceedingly slim and distant connection.
No.
But lose it, and you lose that which links you to home. If Gao Ming truly sees the kite as a reflection of himself...
Let me see what
then
this
I
is.
fear I
What
understand
is
his
this?
words
What am
even
I
less.
looking up?
Well,
let's go on
people
Google.
often have different points of view depending on their mindset and experiences, right? It's actually
Not
quite
that
normal.
thing. Not that
Just
thing,
like
Stay
some
Pure.
people can eat spicy food, but
Let's find
others
out
won't
what
go
this
anywhere near it.
exactly is.
Exactly. That's why tolerance and understanding are as important as they are.
Tolerance and understanding? What brought about this conversation?
Why is everybody
Did one
going
miss something?
crazy on it?
We were just chatting. You don't have to butt in on every little thing, you know. Where were you anyway?
One was merely doing a bit of cooking. Night fast approaches. If you are otherwise unoccupied, one would entreat you to stay and eat before you depart.
Oh, it's been so long since I've had the chance to enjoy your cooking, Cloud Retainer.
Worry not. One has prepared a variety of meat and vegetable dishes. One is more than familiar with everyone's culinary proclivities.
Alright. Where do I get the hand grenades from
Shenhe,
that I
come
can
with me.
actually, like, gouge my eyes out right now for what I just saw? Oh, I lost brain cells already reading that. Watch it. Just typing images. Ugh. Yeah, you guys are all too late. I saw it. You guys literally asked me, and then everybody in chat was like, no, don't look it up. And I typed it, and I'm like, oh, okay. I pulled Chi-Chi. You pulled Chi-Chi? Congratulations. Oh, God. Enemy. It's like the second enemy of the day. I'm mad. Now I shall get that song.
We're finally here. Does this place feel familiar to you, Granny, one day?
Let me see.
Wait, I just... Huh?
How strange. Have I
Oh!
lived here before?
This is different. Okay, I get it. Yeah, I saw what you said, Storm. You can pull it if you want. If you don't wanna, you don't have to. Find out what your pity is, though. Yeah, actually, do me that. Find out what your pity is.
When we were at Wangshu Inn and the abandoned house
Tell me how
earlier,
many pulls
though I
you've done
couldn't
so
remember
far.
everything, I still
From your
felt a
last
sense
5-star.
of familiarity. I could easily
And
picture
who was your
myself
last
in those
5-star?
places. But here,
Dang.
I don't have that feeling. Perhaps I
Okay,
did come
hold on.
here in the
Stay in
past,
chat,
but
and
it just didn't leave a strong
when this is
impression
done
on
here,
me.
But did the stories get it
I'll show
wrong?
you how to do it. I'm laying down and my back hurts.
Yeah, that's true. But they're also the only thing we have to go off of. Paimon was hoping this place would jog Granny Uendai's memory just like the others.
I'm sorry to disappoint you too.
It's all right. We're not going to give up yet. We'll figure something else out. Just you wait.
Thank you. If
think
only
we're
I
at the-
could remember. Huh? That way. What's that mountain?
Oh, let Paimon look! Huh? Isn't that Mount Outsong? Looks like we've come full circle.
Mount Outsong. Mount Outsong.
Granny, are you okay? Don't push yourself, Granny. It's okay if you keep...
Mount Outsong, What am I really?
Mount Outsong holds some familiarity.
It does, but I can't go.
Are you feeling unwell?
My head, it feels all heavy and dizzy. What is wrong with me?
Cloud... Miss Xianyun, is there anything you can do?
Let us go to Mount Outsong.
But...
Fret not, all will be well.
So move
You and
around your legs.
You have already given more than enough to the pursuit of this endeavor. You may leave the rest to me. I've prepared something that can aid you in suppressing the fear in your heart and restoring your lost memories. It currently resides at Mount Outsong.
Wait, really? When did you do that?
I never leave anything to chance. All will reveal itself when we arrive.
Alright, hold on. Storm, are you there still? You just pulled a muscle? Oh. That's not good. Muscle. I don't
Reduced to just
know.
standing around. How
She's there still. Okay. Never mind. Actually. Oh, I did that. So wait, on your wishes, you go to your history. There's nothing there at all? That's odd because you should have had everything. I can't do that until I do this quest. Okay, alright. Do me a favor. Show me, let me know how many from your last red character. So I'm at 16 right now. Pulls from my last 5-star. Oh, you're not going to be able to see it there, but it had to be Kazuha. Alright, good night, Kira. It does? Interesting.
This is...
Oh, I can feel the wind brushing against my legs. This is a bit embarrassing.
Okay, but count how many pulls before Kazuha.
Is the headpiece secure? I should have asked Cloud Retainer to check before I stepped outside.
How do we look?
Huh? She asked them just like that?
You look pretty too, Ganyu! Oh, how should Paimon put it? You both look so elegant and refined! Those outfits really suit you both!
Given that one employed the services of the
I
best
have
tailor
no
in all
idea.
of Liyue, one would expect nothing less. What colors have you been partial to lately, Shenhe and Ganyu?
Lately? Why is Cloud Retainer suddenly asking about what colors we like?
I like black.
One is gratified to see one's disciple has inherited one's own tastes.
The color black doesn't get dirty easily. A virtue I've come to value recently.
And you, Ganyu?
I favor blue and black.
And the material is sufficiently comfortable, yes?
Yes, very. I simply cannot thank you enough, Cloud Retainer, for this gift.
Well, good
and the
luck.
Kite, too.
Thank you, Master.
One is content, as long as you are pleased with the gift. One hopes these garments will see much use.
Oh, Ganyu's garment will see much use because I'm gonna put her in my team when I'm done. When I'm done
Seems like your
changing everything up on her.
just getting better and better, Xianyun. This golden crab's particularly good. The shell's deliciously crunchy, and the meat inside is so succulent and sweet. Paimon can't stop eating. It's a good thing Gaming isn't here, or Paimon would have to duel him for the food. You know, with chopsticks.
He traveled all this way on account of the kite-making workshop, and he spent the whole afternoon looking after Xianyun. One was hoping to treat him to a meal. Oh well. One will just have to extend one's thanks in person.
It's rare for someone to make such a good impression on you, Cloud Retainer.
One has high standards. He appears to be a young man of much merit, and one is not the type who would see such potential squandered.
It appears that he wishes to break free from the kite string that tethers him.
Kite string? Huh, what strange metaphors you speak in, Shenhe. Ever since you returned from one mean restaurant, your turns of phrase render one at quite the loss.
Where do we even begin? Oh, do you know about the conflict between Gaming and his dad, Xianyun?
One has only heard that the two are not on good terms.
He ran away from home and hasn't been back since.
Oh?
Ran away, you say? Oh. One believes we would all benefit from a more thorough retelling. Start from the beginning.
Oh, okay. Paimon just hopes he won't mind.
What?
This shall not do. Lantern Rite fast approaches. We must make haste. As one was contacting various tailors around Liyue, one could not help but be reminded of Menogias. He possessed a singular talent for clothing design. He had an exquisite eye, not just for fabric selection and color pairing, but also for what accessories could best accentuate a garment's overall styling. At a
Apparently, I'm on your
Bonanis once
thing.
complained in secret to some of the ladies in attendance that the skirt Menogias made for her was
Can't
too
do
long
it.
and impractical,
Interesting.
lamenting that it would only hinder her in battle. However, when one asked Menogias his
Interesting.
opinion, he remarked that the train of the skirt would serve to enhance her adeptal countenance by
I'm
exemplifying
watching.
a certain elegance. Menogias was that type of person.
Menogias.
When it came to topics relating to garments and accessories, not even Rex Lapis could best his stubbornness. And later... one seems to have strayed off topic. One means to say that Lantern Rite should be a day of reunion. It is a time to
Lantern
address
Rite.
problems before they turn into regrets. Fate is fickle. The cruel reality of this world is that suffering and misfortune can befall any of us without design or reason. If there is a chance for young people to remain insulated from this reality,
Go
one
ahead.
should do one's utmost to make it so.
That's nice and all.
How many do you have? You have 12
Do you
plus
have
you have
any ideas, Cloud
700.
Retainer?
Perhaps adeptal arts could be of use. No. Mechanics, perhaps. One fails to see its use in a situation
That's
such as
Zhao
this.
whistling.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Combining our efforts is a fine idea indeed. Aha! One has an idea.
You have an
How
idea?
about this? Does that make sense to everyone?
Alright, have a nice, sleep.
Oh, Paimon really hopes this works.
One's
Good
designs
night,
never
Shrew.
fail. Now then, I counsel rest for all, and to make the necessary preparations. One shall see you in 2 days.
Go check this. Do me a favor. Storm, go check your store. Go check your store. And go to Paimon's Bargains. Yeah, Paimon's Bargains, and then go to Star Glitter Exchange. You can get wishes from here too. Looks like you can get 2. You want the purple ones? Yes. Yes. There's 2 more wishes there for you there. Okay, we gotta do this part now. You can pull singles if you want.
Here, this is it.
Huh? But isn't this the mechanism that you were tinkering with when we first got here?
Wait, you may have...
Oh, is it
no, you don't
another
have to.
invention of yours?
Yeah, go pull singles.
Precisely. A recent one at that. I am most pleased with the result. I call it the Suspensus Somnium mechanism.
Suspensus
It periodically
Somnium
releases
mechanism.
a soft breeze, which when paired with a gentle adeptal tune, can help the listener subconsciously relax and even enter a semi-hypnotic state. Soothing agitation and anxiety, relieving exhaustion and insomnia, its potential uses are numerous indeed. And of course, it can also aid in the recovery of lost memories.
Whoa, what a cool gadget! But if you had it all along,
Alright, that's 14 so far you have.
we could have come to Mount Outsong right off the bat and saved time on a lot of floating.
How preposterous. Had Yuendai not recalled much of her past through her own efforts, the device would have nothing to draw upon. We Adepti can only help those who first resolve to help themselves.
Paimon thinks she gets it now. Hey, what's that other thing?
As previously mentioned, a gentle adeptal tune is required.
Not yet.
To take
I would wait. I would
full advantage
save
of the
your
mechanism.
primos.
Once secured such a
Don't
tune
kill
from
your...
Streetward
Okay,
Rambler,
good.
only with her melodies
gonna
can the
say.
mechanism reach its peak power.
Whoa, Paimon
Apparently,
can
I
feel what you
can't
mean.
message on your stream because my phone isn't verified, sadly. But I can watch your stream.
And you and I, is the mechanism helping you to relax?
She passed out, didn't she?
It appears she has already succumbed to the
sleeping.
depths of reverie. Come, join one on this side. We shall give her some time to herself.
They
The
keep
drought is
moaning.
over. But why do you look like you want to cry?
The potion. It's nearly run its course.
Also, go to your events.
I've never regretted meeting you.
Go to your menu. No, events, not wishes. Events. Please, no. There it is. That's the lantern, right?
Have you forgotten?
There's a ton of primo
This is
gems
the
there.
world you left behind. One of gentle breeze and morning dew.
There's a ton of
Perfectly
primo gems in
straddled
there.
betwixt the realms of
There's a bunch of little mini games. The bumper car mini game is in
is your
there.
home. This is where you belong.
There's another mini
You should have
game.
never left. The you of the past, the me from not that long ago. We should have
Yeah. The mini games you can do like right after you finish like your first part of it. And then you could just do all the mini game
so that
stuff.
is the truth. No wonder this place is so familiar.
Granny!
Oh boy. Granny.
Granny, are you okay?
Is she okay?
Cloud Retainer.
Your memories have returned.
Wait, did you just call her by her full name? Does that mean you already knew each other?
Yes. I now remember everything.
Oh, this could be the end.
Granny, please don't cry. I'm here. I'm here. Oh, don't worry, my dear child. Granny is fine. I'm so sorry, everyone. You've gone to so much trouble on my behalf. It's all come back to me now. The most important thing that I had forgotten was the truth of what I once was.
One can sense the guilt that now plagues your conscience. Reclaiming a truth long buried is sure to come with a myriad of complex emotions. Perhaps one should recount the story on your behalf while you compose yourself.
No, it's okay. Now that I've remembered, I must face my memories head on. Shuyu, everyone, I cannot thank you enough for all your help. I'm ready to tell you my story, if you're willing to listen.
Turn your game off of co-op.
What happened in the past doesn't matter. I love you more than anything. Nothing you say can change that.
I know, dear child. My feelings for you are exactly the same. It is for this reason that you deserve to know the truth. Some time ago, I made a terrible mistake. One for which I could never atone.
Is this the sin that
No.
you mentioned in Xianyun Karst? What happened?
I am, in truth, not a human being. My real form,
Go to
one
the
that
menu.
I held for centuries, was that
Go to the
of a
menu.
wild crane. I spent many, many years living on
No,
Mount
no.
Outsong,
Oh, okay.
bathing in the soft breeze and drinking the sweet dew of the mountains. At some point, I somehow gained wisdom and sentience. The Lord of the Mountain, Cloud Retainer, became aware of my existence and began to share many stories with me. She even passed on the secret of cultivation to me.
Yep,
Though
she is a
she never
bird.
took me on as a formal disciple, I always saw her as my master. Whenever she took out her tools to work on mechanisms or new inventions, I would also stand next to her and watch. I
No,
even
the
contemplated
menu.
completing my training and
Like where
becoming
all
an
the options
adeptus in
are.
my own right. I followed her teachings.
It opens up in
and
the left
time
side of your
gradually
screen.
passed us by. Until that fateful day 50 years ago.
Yes.
50 years
Go
ago?
to co-op mode.
That's
It's a
right.
long time.
Master regaled me with many stories
is a
of her
bird.
past deeds. From them, I learned how she had saved people from a similar
Triangle.
crisis in the past. She was the one I looked up to the most.
Now you
More
can
than
talk to
anything,
NPCs.
I dreamt of becoming an adeptus like her. I wanted to travel the land like she had, relieving suffering wherever I went. But I was still far from being a real adeptus. I possessed no ability to take on human form and fit in with the crowd. Once she learned of my desires, Master prepared
You get
a
enough
special
points in that
dose of human mimicry potion for me.
Lanternite Festival,
She
you'll be
warned
able
me
to
that the potion's
pick
effects
one
would only
4-star
last 10
character
years.
for
And
free.
if I were to fail to return to my original form at the end
That's
of that
Zhao
time,
whistling.
I would forever forget my past as a crane and become something neither human, beast, nor adeptus.
Oh no. So that was the source of your dementia all
But
along.
did you ever turn back into...
Was it because of Grandpa?
Indeed, I fell in love. Though he
Oh.
was human, he had spent his entire life training on Mount Tianheng. When we met, It was not only my first foray into the world below, but his as well. Although clumsy and impulsive as he was, you'd think he was the real strange bird among the two of us. But still, just like me, he cared deeply about the world and wanted, more than anything, to cleanse it of all pain and suffering. I could not help but fall for him. But my time continued to tick away. Those 10 years passed by in a flash. Yet I did not want to leave his side, so
Yeah?
I...
You what?
Oh no, what happened next?
I committed an offense. I wanted to stay with him, even if it meant living a life full of pain and suffering, even if it meant that I would eventually turn into a monstrosity. I knew I had betrayed Master's hopes, but I was too ashamed to face her. So I wrote her a long letter instead and asked someone to leave it outside her abode. I was convinced that she would not support my decision, and I lacked the courage to speak to her face to face. In my shame, I fled and tried to hide from the world, such that no one would be able to. But that was only the beginning of my troubles.
Bumper cars are
I began to suffer
up
from
ahead.
a strange illness. My memories became hazy and confused, and I could no longer keep myself awake. I understood that my pain was caused by my refusal to return to the life I was fated to lead. Along with my memories as a crane, I soon forgot the true cause of my suffering as well. I knew only that I had committed a sin. All I could do was pray for forgiveness, even if I had long forgotten what needed to be forgiven. Looking back, I was beyond lucky to have come across that traveling merchant at Wangshu Inn. It was such a fortunate coincidence that we were there at the same time. If it weren't for those soul-revitalizing tea pills, I probably would have...
Granny, what's wrong?
Coincidence? Why did I ever think it was a coincidence? Tea pills concocted using the blood of an adeptus? No, it couldn't be. Master, don't tell me. Back then, that merchant was actually...
Human custom would dictate the conferral of gifts to be in order when one's progeny is wedded, would it not? Consider the pills a symbol of one's best wishes.
So when I tried to conceal my name and mistakes from the world and hide myself away in perpetuity, the only person I managed to deceive was myself. You knew where I was all along.
One still remembers when you were but a fledgling. You possessed a certain fondness for a particular game. You would hide yourself among a group of wild cranes and ask one to pick you out from among the flock. One found you with such ease every time. 'Tis a truth most evident. One always recognizes one's own, no matter what form they may take.
Wait! Paimon's confused!
So she knew?
So, Cloud Retainer, you found Yuendai again? But how? When? And what happened after that?
Perhaps it is now time for one to recount the rest of the tale.
Wait, is this a video? No.
One was furious upon receiving your letter. Seized with anger, one set out to bring you to your senses. In truth, one had more than a few misgivings about your chosen partner. As an exorcist, his talent was lacking. One could hardly say his skill with sigils was any better. But soon, one came to appreciate the devotion he bestowed upon you during your illness. He never uttered a complaint and rarely left your side. Unwilling to begrudge someone of such character, one decided to overlook his aforementioned deficiencies, glaring though they may have been. Wishing to grant you a life without regrets, one gathered many divine ingredients and used one's own blood to create a form of medicine. Though imperfect, it managed to suppress the more dire effects of your illness. As for how to deliver the medicine, after much contemplation, one eventually decided to perform the deed oneself. One took great care to alter one's features and select the appropriate attire. Only after meticulous scrutiny did one finally set out for Wangshu Inn. As one expected, you were most ignorant of one's true identity. You showed not even the slightest inkling of recognition. One was quite torn.
All right.
Should one have celebrated the success of one's disguise, or mourn the loss of your acquaintance?
Sweet. Damn, I messed up.
Skyward! Skyward! Scatter! Nevertheless, one would speak to you about another matter, if you are amenable, even considering your loss of memory.
I have full artifacts? Oh, I've maxed out my art. Wait. How did I max out my artifact sets? I didn't even know I have all these artifacts.
Flabbergasted that you could so easily forget the consequence. Of consuming medicine infused with adeptal blood. Its proclivity to attract monsters. chapters is hardly that complicated of a concept
I
to
can't
remember.
really do anything
To
right
think
now
that
with
you
that.
tried to travel while weak
I'll
from
worry
sickness
about
and
that in a
heavy with
minute.
child. Had one not intervened to clear the fog, all of you would have been lost during the night. Stray clouds converge! Seize the skies! It's riveting! Those monsters would hardly have pursued you with such ferocity without sufficient incentive. They were likely incited by the presence of godly remains. Said godly remains, in turn, were likely drawn to the trace of one scent on your body. One was, after all, an active participant in the Archon War. Some of the gods were likely shattered by contraptions of one's very making. In the end, one was relieved to see you endure through the night. At the break of dawn, one heard an infant's cry pierce through the air, and one saw you carefully cradle the child to your chest. Although certain mortal matters remain foreign to me, one could not help but be moved by your joy. To see you happy, that was more than enough.
Interesting.
Skyward! Scatter! Now you should have a complete understanding of the events.
Wait, but if that's true, then the crane who took care of me when I was sick must also be...
Ah, one had almost neglected to recount the absurdities of that tale. Skyward! Just as you and I troubled one with her antics, so did you give one many a headache. Upon finding you burning with fever, one made plans to bring you back to one's abode for treatment. However, upon seeing one's form, you began to cry, refusing to get on one's back. When one asked you why, apparently you believed that one could not possibly be a true Adeptus, because all illuminated cranes are white from tip to toe. One had no choice but to apply powder to one's body to conceal the variegated nature of one's appearance. You became more than amenable enough when one stood before you devoid of any other coloring. It bears mentioning, however, that as a crane, Yuendai was nearly entirely pure white in color. Though you had never encountered her in that form, you still recognized the essence of her being. Perhaps fate brought you two together in more ways than one. Now all has been revealed. One owes you an apology, Yuendai. One recognized you upon your very entrance into Wanmin Restaurant. One has always viewed you as a disciple of equal standing with Ganyu and Shenhe. Indeed, one wished to bring your story to a satisfactory end with this visit to Liyue Harbor. Still, one could not reveal your identity right away. Had one simply informed you of all you had lost, all those cherished memories would merely have become the fictionalized account of another. Memories are most meaningful when recalled by those who lived through them. Would you not agree? Even if the process was painful and arduous to experience. Have you any further inquiries?
Master, I must ask. If you found me all those years ago, why did you leave me be, even though you knew about my mistake? Why did you not bring me back to Mount Outsong by force?
One has never regarded your action as a mistake. It was a simple choice, nothing more. When it is time for one's progeny to leave the nest, it is the responsibility of an elder to let them fly free. Yet, when your wings grow weary and the night grows dark, just know that you always have a place to which to return. 'Tis a refuge referred to by many a name in mortal writing. Home, nest, haven. Whatever its denomination may be, its essence remains quite unchanged. One speaks, of course, of a place not unlike one's own abode. One's disciples are free to come and go as they wish, yet the door remains forever open to those who wish to return. One rather hopes you count yourself among them.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You and I. One expects you too have sensed the rapid deterioration of your condition as of late. Have you not? 40 years ago, you chose a path without a future. Though one used one's own blood to provide you with a few decades of extra time, it merely delayed the inevitable. One may have extended the path, yet one was unable to alter its final destination. Even the power of an Adeptus has its limits. Had your condition continued to deteriorate, you would have forgotten your life as a human entirely. In the end, you would have turned into a creature lacking in the ability to even comprehend its own monstrousness. Fortunately, you were able to avoid that scenario by reclaiming your memories. Though one sped the process along by providing some guidance, the result is entirely a reflection of your own effort.
So, what's gonna happen to Granny?
One will help her reclaim her original form as a wild crane. If it be fated, she may recover her sentience one day.
She's gotta go back to being a regular crane, huh?
Master, you've already done more than enough for me. I don't know how I could possibly repay your kindness. This is a better result than I could have ever hoped for. How much time do I have left?
Not long. The transformation is imminent.
Granny? Please don't leave, okay? You're all I have left. Please!
Don't be sad, dear child. Granny has led a wonderful life. My only regret is having to leave you behind. Don't forget to eat well, okay? A growing young lady like yourself needs lots of good food to grow big and strong. Promise Granny you'll take good care of yourself when I'm gone.
I promise, Granny. I'll do whatever you say.
Good girl. Good girl. Don't worry. It's not goodbye forever. Granny's gonna become the most formidable crane in all of Mount Outsong. Granny will train day and I won't stop until I can turn into a human without having to rely on anything but my own power. When that day comes, we'll be able to live together again. You and I. How's that sound?
Good.
That's a good girl. Even though we won't see each other for a little while, as long as we both work hard, we're sure to meet again someday.
I'll eat well, Granny. I promise. And I'll wait for you, no matter how long it takes. I'll wait for you to come back.
That's a good girl. Then Granny really has no more regrets.
This is sad.
I'm so sorry, Master.
Xianyun.
Let her be. At her age, crying is a natural, if not fitting, response. Tears are a necessary part of maturation. Sometimes there is scarcely a better vehicle to wash away the toll of stress and misery. Now that the issue has been resolved, you should also take a moment to relax. Give yourself some time to rest. Take a nap if you must. One will wake you in due time.
Is wait.
I always believed we would see each other again.
Whoa.
That our days of separation would finally end. And all my troubles would be behind me.
Wow.
If only things could stay this way forever.
Ah, it was just a dream.
A nightmare? Curious. If you're relaxed,
nightmare.
shouldn't your dreams be pleasant?
It was a good dream. It's just...
You weren't ready to wake up.
I know, that was crazy.
Eloquent as one may be, words of comfort are not one's strong suit. You are doing all you can. One can see your strength of will, your fearlessness in the face of danger. And so, whatever your dream may be, one believes that you shall achieve it. Of course, whenever the perils you face overwhelm you, or you become weary, one is always here for you. After all, as an elder, it is only right to look out for the young ones.
Grilled chicken drumsticks. Huh? Was Paimon sleeping just now? talking to you. Paimon had a dream about eating grilled chicken drumsticks, that's all.
Madam Adeptus?
Oh, Xianyun, you're awake. How do you feel?
I feel a little better. Thanks. I know I'll see Granny again someday, so I don't feel so sad anymore. Madam Adeptus, could I ask you something? Would you take me in as a disciple?
Oh, and have you reasons for this sudden interest?
I know Granny thought what she did back then was wrong.
Grilled chicken
She felt
drumsticks,
really
yes.
bad about it. But without that mistake, even though Granny lost her memories, she never forgot to show me how much she loved me. So I thought maybe one day I could become a cool Adeptus like you and help a whole bunch of people, just like Granny wanted to do.
Upon some reflection, one supposes you are no mere mortal. The fact that Yuendai's blood flows through your veins is proof enough of that. If this is what you desire, one shall make it so.
Thank you so much, Madam Adeptus. No, I mean, Master.
Xianyun, are you sure about this? Paimon's gonna let you in on a little secret. We've seen Cloud Retainer's 2 other disciples, and they pretty much eat nothing but bitter herbs like Genshin and violet grass. If you join them, you'll never enjoy Wanmin Restaurant's delicious cooking ever again.
How utterly preposterous. One has never enforced such a rule. Every individual must find their own path to enlightenment. So long as one retains a pureness of spirit, one's dietary proclivities are quite irrelevant.
Well, you say that, but Paimon's not seeing any tasty treats up here now, is she?
Although Mount Outsong is rich in natural beauty, its location does preclude access to certain finer mortal comforts. That is precisely why one plans to relocate to Liyue Harbor. Xianyun shall have the honor of becoming one's first disciple in the human world.
Whoa, you're leaving Mount Outsong?
One has never concerned oneself with the location of one's residence. From the very beginning, one has sought only solace and peace. Yet in the end, all of one's disciples ended up in Liyue Harbor. Ganyu, Shenhe, Yuendai. They all chose a life among the mortal world. One has reflected on this fact for many years now. One can only assume that it is due to some failing on one's part as an elder or master. A failing, perhaps, of recognizing what it was they truly wanted. One is most curious as to what aspect of Liyue Harbor could have enticed them to remain there. One could hardly offer an opinion on the matter, but perhaps some time in the harbor will prove instructive. Why are you all so silent?
Paimon is...
Silent, yeah.
Just a bit shocked, that's all. So, does this mean we can grab a meal together in Liyue Harbor sometime?
One has precious little time to squander. However, if one finds oneself otherwise unoccupied, one would not be opposed to the idea. One will be assuming the identity of a human while residing in Liyue Harbor. You should take care to avoid disclosing one's true identity.
Don't worry, we'll help you keep it a secret. So, when can we expect to start seeing you in the city?
Perhaps in 2 days' time. One has some matters to see to before one's departure. Preparation is the key to success, after all. One plans to put up One has already picked out a handsome property near Chuhu Rock. 'Tis no small purchase, but what is mortal life if not one expense after another?
Seems like you've really thought of everything. Then how about we meet up in Liyue Harbor in 2 days?
A sensible plan. See you then. Oh, Also, why don't you take this suspense insomnia mechanism as a souvenir? Anytime you should feel ill at ease in the future, you may try quieting your mind and sitting in meditation as you listen to its melodies. It might help you find a new perspective.
Awesome! Thanks, Clem! Hey, didn't we promise Shincho that we'd tell him what we found out? Should we make a trip to the Xianyun Commerce Guild?
We wait 2 whole days for the stream.
Memories. So dark.
Wait, I thought I did this. Wait, there's still more? Oh, 8 to 12. Duh. We have to wait an entire day again. Way to go, me. I'm smart.
It's time to carry out the plan!
We have a plan we have to carry out in, in Leeway Harbor. Oh, look, it's Gaming.
Hi, Gaming! Paimon sees you've certainly gotten an... Who won this time? You the one buying dim sum again?
Hey, when you put it like that, it makes it...
Ah, perfect, you're all here. There's an important commission I need your help with.
Alright, I've got the time.
Well, it's not just goods this time. I need you to escort a tea merchant and their wares from Xianyun Village to Liyue Harbor. A very important client has requested to meet with him.
Sure. What's this merchant's address?
Here.
If the client's that important, then this must be a very...
Of course, the sooner you complete...
Alright, don't work too hard now, Longjo.
Okay, wait. Okay, I went to the wrong quest again. That's where we want to go. Lovely dreams. Yeah.
Your concerns are excessive and unfounded. This is but a simple collection of ordinary valuables. Such intense scrutiny is hardly necessary.
To be quite honest, in what way are any of these ordinary? Every single item here could be worth more than everything I own combined. I simply can't risk shelling out that kind of mora without proper scrutiny. If I'm wrong, I would never be able to earn it back, not even if I worked every single day for the rest of my life. I have to be careful. Yes, you can never be too careful.
We're here, Clow. Miss Xianyun, what are you guys arguing about?
Ah, perfect timing. This ignoramus is questioning the authenticity of my wares. I'll have you know, these items have remained untouched in my personal collection for several hundred years. To question their legitimacy is pure folly.
Several hundred years?
Indeed.
Yes,
They're
several
family
hundred
heirlooms, you
years.
see, passed down over many generations, as families are wont to do.
Yep, they've definitely been around a while. We can vouch for her on that one.
Hear that? Had I not found myself in need of Mora, I would scarcely have had the heart to part with them. Indeed, you should consider it an honor to even have the opportunity to behold them with your own eyes. Doubt their authenticity any further, and I may just decide to take them to another buyer.
Whoa, please don't go! I apologize for any insult, miss. You see, I know full well that I lack the knowledge to judge the true worth of these items. If you could wait but a moment, I've hired an expert to appraise them for me. He should be here shortly.
An expert, you say? Very well. I will wait for a little while longer.
You're no expert.
Traveler, Paimon, this is my new residence. If you have cause to seek my company in the future, this is where you can find me.
Master!
She's living in Leeway?
Oh, it's you two again. Hello.
Xianyun! You got a new outfit! It looks great on you.
Mm-hmm. Master made it for me. I like it too.
Huh? You know how to make clothes?
Do I know how to make clothes? With the support of the proper mechanism, sewing is hardly a challenge.
Master, I brought in most of my stuff. There's a few boxes left, but they're kind of heavy, so I just left them outside.
Fret not. I shall help you move them into your room.
Actually, I should probably sort through my stuff a bit first. Everything's kind of messy right now, so maybe you could, not look yet, Master? Yeah, that'd be great.
It appears my young apprentice has her own fair share of secrets. No matter. Do what you must, child. Now, this expert you mentioned. When can we expect their arrival?
Soon. Ah, there he is! Here, allow me to make some introductions.
Who's
this
the expert?
is Mr. Zhang Li, a
Zhang
well-respected
Li?
consultant at Wangshang Funeral Parlor and an expert in all manner of valuables and antiques. Mr. Zhang Li, this is Miss Xianyun. She's the one who's looking to sell the collection of valuables I mentioned earlier.
Zhang Li?
If it isn't Miss Xianyun. It has been quite some time since our last meeting. What a serendipitous reunion.
Indeed, most serendipitous.
The fact that
have you
they
been
don't know
faring
how to
well
really
as of late,
speak to
Mr.
each other is
Zhang Li?
kind of funny.
Quite well, thank you. I was fortunate enough over the past few days to enjoy both a stroll in the mountains and a fresh brew of tea from the most recent harvest. The experiences left me with such insight and peace.
Huh. So you two are already acquainted?
Indeed. How fortunate we are that fate has brought us together again. If you are otherwise unaware, allow me to inform you that Miss Xianyun is a well-regarded collector and appraiser. She is well-versed in all fields, and oft-celebrated for her impeccable taste. You stand to gain much from this opportunity.
You are too kind, Mr. Zhang Li. True collectors pride themselves on their wealth of knowledge and eye for detail. I can say without a doubt that you are foremost in that
He
regard.
is everywhere,
Why,
Starfish.
you
That
flatter
man
me,
is
Miss
everywhere.
Xianyun. It would seem that you are as self-effacing as ever.
Not at all, Mr. Zhang Li. Not at all.
The fact that they're pretending they just met each
While
other.
I am loath to butt into this conversation, I must ask, you two already knew each other, and you seem to have quite a cordial relationship. Can I be certain that you're not working together to swindle me? I mean, you never know.
Huh! A preposterous accusation. The heavens themselves would collapse before we would conspire to do such a thing.
Miss Xianyun speaks the truth. Contracts are built on honesty and trust. If that proves to be beyond your capabilities in this instance, this transaction may be taken elsewhere.
Say no more. Let us depart.
I jest. What fool would still harbor doubts after Mr. Zhongli himself
trying
has
to
vouched for the
join?
goods? Miss
Envy?
Xianyun, Miss
I don't
Xianyun,
know
wait! I deeply apologize for doubting you. So, Mr. Zhongli, could you please give me a final verdict on the value of these items?
There is no cause for concern. They are indeed rare and precious valuables.
True.
Take this mechanism, for instance. Though one may not immediately perceive its purpose, its structure and appearance are exquisite enough to merit it a place in any fine home. The same can be said for this one here. Few could hope to possess an item that so perfectly blends mechanical wonder with geometric grace. I am sure you have heard from your travels that the study of mechanisms is among the most wondrous arts in this world. With that in mind, I earnestly recommend procuring every last item in this collection.
He will.
All right. Since I hired you as my consultant, Mr. Zhongli, I shall, of course, trust your good opinion. Then, in that case, Miss Xianyun, I'll take the lot. However, since the final sum is quite large, how about we start with an initial deposit through the Northland Bank?
The Northland Bank? Huh. Oh, you refer to the fiduciary house. Oh, very well.
I fear people only use the term bank nowadays. In that case, I'll be off for now. I'll return to collect the goods once you've received the funds.
Zhongli!
My friends, have you been doing well?
We've been great! How about you? Paimon didn't know you were such a busy consultant!
My days have been quite pleasant as well. I had been quietly enjoying a cup of tea when Mr. Xiaozu requested my services. As for you, Miss Xianyun, I presume you must be looking to settle in the city?
I must say, the name Xianyun sounds exceedingly strange coming from you. Perhaps you could dispense of that particular epithet in further conversation.
Whatever for. Am I not addressing you as a friend should?
Well, that is true, but... Alas, refer to me however you will. After all, a name exists such that others may address you with it. One is hardly ignorant of that fact.
It would seem that you have gained many valuable insights over the years, Cloud Retainer.
One has indeed. One's previous days were all brief. Now that one has made up one's mind to move and settle, one has gained a much better appreciation of the hubbub and commotion of the city, as well as the people's hard work and ardor. This city is much changed from how it was more than 1,000 years ago.
Not unlike the ocean tides, so too shall the movement of people ebb and flow. From turmoil to peace, enlightenment to aspiration. Human society possesses limitless potential. In another 1,000 years, the scene we witness here may change in ways that are impossible for either of us to imagine.
Alright, that's enough
What do they
reflection for
mean
one
by
day.
that?
No need to get all sentimental on us.
You make a valid point, Paimon. Now that the sale has concluded, what say one plays the host as we try some specialty dishes together? One must profess great interest in trying bamboo shoot soup.
Bamboo shoots.
Perhaps you have forgotten, Cloud Retainer. but I once tried my hand at that dish. You were at the table on that occasion, so logic dictates that you should have already tried it.
Oh? What occasion was this?
It was a reunion between friends several centuries ago. Alas, you must have been too preoccupied to secure yourself a portion. Or perhaps our other companions simply availed themselves of faster reflexes on that occasion.
Hardly. 'Twas most certainly out of consideration for the others in attendance. In but a moment, one will show you what it means to have a true deftness of hand. It is settled then. Bamboo shoot soup, mora meat, crab roe tofu, triple-layered consommé. We shall enjoy the lot. One has already passed word to Xianyun Ganyu to make a reservation. It is prime time for them to meet one's newest disciple. Is that agreeable to everyone?
It should be a most splendid occasion.
Xianyun, come now, it is time to dine. Ah, this gentleman over here is Mr. Zhang Li. He is,
A humble employee of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
A humble
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you too, Mr. Zhongli.
That should be everyone, right? Let's go!
Sounds good. Actually, Master, have you ever tried Adeptus' temptation? I heard it's impossible to stop eating after even just one bite. You know, 'cause it's super tempting and stuff.
That sounds rather implausible. Although with the right preparation, certain dishes can be too delicious to resist.
Huh? Why are you all walking so fast? Hey, wait for Paimon! Hey, wait up!
The fact that they left Paimon alone. Hey, we finished it! We finished the quest. Alright, it only took us 3.5 hours. But I'm going to end my stream here. Thank you everyone for joining. If you could, please leave a like and a subscribe if you're new to the channel. We greatly appreciate it here. We'll be back tomorrow with something else. Take care, everyone. Have a nice night or day.